source required. Video source is coming. Got it, right? Right? There it is. Go live there. Live there. That's streaming. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like everything's streaming. Told that to stream, so it's going. Should be all good to go. But yeah, new spells. New class, not that it really matters. I feel like you guys are pretty locked in for now. Depending on how things play out.
Yeah. And did you want help running some of the peeps for rolls anyway?
Maybe.
Did you want help?
No.
Well, that's me.
I just said maybe. I wish you'd listen. And
Did
not
you want
ask me
help?
the same thing.
Did you
over
want
and
help?
over.
I'm going to ask you through several mediums because that's how much I care, in case you're wondering.
Well, that's me. I just said maybe.
Did you want
help? Same thing. Did you want help?
See?
I'm gonna ask you through several mediums. It's like 7 times now you've asked me,
You're welcome.
and I'm.
Do you want me to
Just
ask you again?
Kind of wishing
It kind
you'd
of
pay
sounds like
attention.
you want me to ask
I
again
wish
because
you'd
you
pay
keep bringing it
attention when
up.
I said no, it's okay.
He keeps bringing it up.
Anyway, do you need any help with roll? I'll pull up Clef or Magus. Doesn't matter.
I got everybody called up. You're good.
Huh?
You guys focus on your stuff.
Okay.
Sounds good. I cast Fireball. Wait.
Oh, great.
It's alright. I'll be left at 1 HP. Let's go. My turn. What's your AC? Was it 24 HP?
No.
Or sorry, 22?
It does not.
Oh.
Actually, sorry.
Too bad.
I saw this funny little meme, and it's like, what was it? It said, when you ask the DM, and it's like, does a 21 hit? And they say no, and the guy's like, man, we're so cooked, we're so cooked. It's like, 21's not a lot.
That's not
Like, an elven wizard, level 1, can get a 21 AC easy.
Yeah.
If you've got, like, if you have a decent dex, which, honestly, like, evocation wizard, stuff like that, I love having a good dex because I like going early.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want, like, I want to be able to start a fight with tons of, or enemies show up, my allies are here, be like, I want to drop that big ass fucking burst spell right on top of them before my
Before they
allies
get it.
run in, do shit, and then I have to start fucking shaping spells and strategically placing it. So, like, a 3 dex, that gives you a 13 to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Then mage armor brings you up to 17, and then shield gives you a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a 22. So, yeah, I mean, easy enough, like, to pull that off. Sorry, 16.
20.
Gives you 3.
You'd
But
be at 20.
Hmm?
Mage
Six-
armor 15 plus a 3 dex is 18 plus a shield.
shield gives you 5.
20. Well,
Not-
your shield spell.
I mean, shield spell,
Yeah,
I'm
shield
saying.
spell.
Just baseline. So if, like, in the beginning of combat, somebody's like, oh, does a 21 hit? No. Well, they might have cast shield. Like,
I'm at
there's a
22.
lot more.
Bitch.
Yeah. So, I was like, that's not a lot.
Not today.
People. Alright, I got Magus, Velnock, and I've got Clef and Potion up and ready to go. Magus and Clef are doing family Thanksgiving stuff. I don't need this anymore because that was my note that I had to take him to the airport.
Heard.
But they're not going to be here today. Theoretically, Velnock is on his way, and we'll see him shortly.
Sweet.
Shoot a message to him just to make sure.
Oh, fuck, I need to grab my...
Cool. He will message back on that. Make sure. That. There. Go. You're good. So leaving off where we were, I'm not going to draw it back in at the moment. I don't think that we need
Totally fine.
any of it specifically. But you just finished off the ruins, killing off these spectral Leonin creatures, and this invisible poltergeist. She never actually saw the form of, but was throwing shit and smacking you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just cleared off this area. What do you want to do?
Was that all of them?
It seems like it.
Nothing's stabbing us, so probably. Says Clef.
What is this place? Did you all not see it too?
See what?
Probably the ghosts. Lots and lots of ghosts. And invisible
Flashes
things.
of Leonin, actual substance. Standing, real-looking Leonin. Did you not see?
Clef kind of rubs where you see a little bit of a blood stain where he got stabbed. It's like, yeah, they were pretty freaking real.
But definitely spectral.
Matt just kind of wiping a little blood off the side of his face. Yeah. Like you got stabbed right through the freaking head.
Then what is this trick? What is this sorcery? Is it you again? And he kind of approaches you.
He is the sorcerer.
I haven't been doing anything. I have this crystal. It helps with any kind of wild magics that might be in the air. I was actually able to control it somewhat this time. And as you can see, this last one we killed was running off and wasn't attacking us. And they started attacking each other.
And nothing. None of you saw visions?
I did see you cast the confusion spell, but not really. You just pulled that out. Be very careful with that. That's a powerful magic. Just kind of looking around, going through. Give me a perception.
Perception 5.
You can give me a perception too. Like both of you.
12.
12. 5, not so much 12. You'll notice that amulet has this little bit of a green glowing energy. Kind of sort of like pulses. That Velmark has.
I didn't see any poltergeists though. I was outside. Were we able to find one?
I think I handled it.
We're pretty sure we destroyed it. There was kind of an indication. You won't see a poltergeist. They're
Right.
permanently invisible, but
Well, I didn't see any signs of a poltergeist. Just these spectral Leonin.
we did. We saw things moving on
Trying
their
to
own.
move me and
so-
throwing things at me.
Yeah. I believe we've dealt with the poltergeist.
They move things, and I know that I asked you before, but these creatures, they don't affect your mind.
No. Not particularly. Why? Something messing with your mind?
Yes. I've seen things. While we fought these specters, I saw seemingly, there's no way, it couldn't be possible. There's no way. It has to be a trick.
You sing things and it's impossible. There's no way it has to be a trick. That is fragmented at best.
Exactly.
So what did you see?
I feel like I'm seeing things that others want me to see. That how do I have any hope or knowledge that what I saw was even real?
what you saw that couldn't be possible, that it isn't. Could be.
Exactly, yes.
Right. Still looking for the details, but
I saw a lot. An image. My own father, when he was a cub. I saw a battle of what it seemed at first to be Leonin versus Leonin, but something much more sinister. I saw the leader of my people as something that isn't truly what he is, what I know him to be. A creature with backwards claws, a tiger man murdering Leonin.
yeah, natural one. No fucking clue. Glad you guys aren't here to roll for yourselves. I was like, I'm gonna give them a group roll, see if anybody knows it's natural one.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Well, it seems like this place is maybe some sort of significance to your people.
This place used to be... I mean, I have physical evidence here. He pulls out the leather kind of wrapping scroll.
Plus the writing is
And the writings
Leonin.
on
Right.
the walls.
Like that's Leonin writing.
It's Leonin, and
You can tell because lots of fragmented sections.
the text is actually Leonin names and peaceful trades and old rituals of sparring. My people do not spar.
I mean, a lot of people spar. It's just getting to that point.
No, but they were happy about it. They lived peacefully. I cannot tell you the last time I saw a Leonin in one of my villages be happy because one of them hit the other and helped them up. It doesn't exist. It's not a real thing.
If you saw it, it clearly does.
Or it's a trick. These people, whatever this message was, this place, surely there are magics that... But I feel like you would see it too.
Cicatrix, I feel like you haven't said it in a while, but when you introduced yourself, what did you say your last name was? Says Madras from a little bit off to the side.
I'm Cicatrix Proudclaw. My father is Cryon Proudclaw.
Interesting. Like that Proudclaw? And you look, and he's looking, pointing up to the top of one of the things. You're noticing that there's a like an engraved stone over top of the entrance. You move through pretty quickly, but it says the Proudclaw Range, and there is big claw marks going through the center of where it says Proudclaw, but you can still kind of make out the name.
Like that Proudclaw.
That's kind of interesting. That's old, man.
It's really old. My father is old. And he was young when this place fell.
I mean, this place has been kind of worn down for a little while.
How would anybody know that I have a connection to this place? These people think that I could glean knowledge from being here. How do they know? And why would they not tell me?
It does.
Did you learn something? Says Clef.
If what I learned is true, I learned that I am a dead man.
I feel like,
Good work for me.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, we got other Leonin skeletons walking around. They seem to be useful.
It's true.
Yeah, it seems like it is possible that whoever wanted us to come here and wanted you to learn about your past, or your father's past, rather. It seems as if possibly your clan didn't want you learning about it. Because there was that one Leonin that we fought on the way here that seemed weird that they wanted to...
He seemed to not want you traveling south.
Right.
He seemed to not want me maybe traveling here. I don't know if they would have predicted I would stumble upon this place. But if they knew that I would be here, if they knew what I would see, then what that Leonin said was not a mere threat, it was a promise. They will take my father.
Yeah. That could be bad.
Blackmane is not who he says he is. He is some other creature.
I mean, it could make sense of why the Leonin shifted so drastically. Leonin used to be, they were always a proud people, and they were always good, but they were allies to the elves. They traded with the dwarves, and were never really an issue. Now they're a lot more closed off, a lot more bloodthirsty.
I had no recollection of anything of that nature.
Yeah. If I was trying to change the way people thought and change who they were, I probably wouldn't want history to stick around.
It definitely seems like there's a lot more to learn about this Blackmane you mentioned. It seems like he might be, in a way, causing your people to differ from what they used to be.
He is the leader of the entire pride. And the leader of the prides. To question him is to be thrown. To die dishonored. I need some way to figure out if this is actually true.
Right. All we have right now are theories and these visions that you've seen.
Visions and a leather scroll that just talks about a troop of lions that went south never to return. My father might be the only link left besides this piece of leather.
And if that Leonin was to be believed, your father might be dead soon. So if we are to figure out anything...
We need to get him. We need to get him out of there.
But that also means probably...
I mean, people traveling die all the time. You can't immediately know that it was you who did it.
No, but they will know. They'd have to. They sent him to me. If his goal even was to patrol, to make sure that I did not come south again. Because let's be real, I was sent on a near impossible chase after fighting what we have fought.
That's very true. They probably expected you not to come back.
Kind of sounds like they sent you on a suicide mission. But you said you're a dead man, so you succeeded. Mission accomplished.
I guess that's one way to look at it. Leonin are hard to keep down.
Yeah, I
Well,
find a lot of what you say hard to swallow.
well, what's our next course of action? We've completed what we initially came down here for, but it sounds like we might have some more.
Did your dad own a brick?
No. Not that I know of.
We've got to deal with the Grick. That's one of the main things that we have left.
You have to complete a mission.
It's easy enough. I've got a few things lined up. I was kind of thinking maybe you look into that while heading north, but as of now, what, are we going to go get your dad?
I at least need to give him a choice. And let him know the danger that he is in.
And we're still bound by at least a few more of these curses.
If we can get him out and just get him out, then maybe, well, my dad and my brother, if my brother's even awoke and if he's even alive. But we need to get them out. I need to get them out.
His brother is still alive. You still whisper in your head. And his father's watching over his brother. They know what's going on.
How do you know this?
I'm a fey creature. We can do things that other people can't. I think you're the only one I can whisper to?
I think it might be smart to head down with Cicatrix. It seems like he has a lot to figure out. And, I'm curious. But we do have to be careful. It seems like they do want to kill you. How do we know that your dad and brother won't try to do the same if we head down there?
I don't.
Aliens, or sorry, not aliens. Nine Elves Watch was a formidable group. They managed to capture me. But they always talked about not passing the river. They won't go south of the river because the armies are too large and amassed down there. That one patrolling lieutenant was a formidable match. Imagine a battalion, a full war party.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
If you guys are going into Lion's Den, I think this might be the end of my stay with your group.
What's everyone's opinion on the matter?
There's a bunch of you down there
Yes.
that all follow the same code you do.
Yes.
I don't want to go. I don't want to accidentally scuff somebody's boot or step on the wrong toe in a crowded city and then suddenly find myself in in some sort of crazy fight to the death.
There must be other ways to try to contact them. For now, it might be safe to just try to keep searching for answers.
Belmont says, for very little gold, we can have a message sent. But that will be from Jernhale. We're 20 days away from there.
For very little gold, you say?
Yeah.
Gold that I don't even have.
Well, we'll make something work.
We can definitely figure something out, but if that Leonin doesn't come back, he said that they would attack your father right away. Do we have the 20 days to wait and then maybe get a message sent?
A Leonin lieutenant who rides a Pegasus can deliver a message very quickly. His absence delivers a similar message.
Yeah. But we've got Pegasus' body, right?
Right.
And we've got a Leonin body.
And we've got a hungry dragon on the way
We've
back.
got a dragon. They go looking for him. Maybe we just be like, hey, here you go. If they find out that there's a black dragon running around, they find a Leonin skeleton covered in acid, missing Pegasus, or who knows, maybe he eats it on the spot, find a Pegasus remains somewhere around. Perhaps they think he just got attacked by the black dragon. Perhaps they say now that black dragon has to die because of the greed or whatever.
Or they divine what actually happened to him and kill my father. He is a great warrior, but he is old. It's the entire reason I'm out here and not him.
Well, I agree that we can't go further south because I don't think our group would make it if we were to piss off your people. I also would like for you to be able to find the answers you're searching for. So
We saw tracks that Ninel's watch was down here. And that Leonin had told me that they are up north. He made it very clear that I am not welcome in the south for now. Well, let us go find a Grick so that my problems do not become yours.
That was one we never really got to the bottom of. No one seems to know where to find a Grick other than the Underdark, which is kind of like saying, like, oh, there's going to be a Griff or a Grick on the land. Underdark is as massive and expanding as just the surface.
You can always go take a look in your mind what's further down that hole.
Oh, no. You're talking about the hole that dropped? Yeah, it drops down into the area where the freaking dragon was.
Oh,
Yeah, the mine's completely sealed off at this point.
There's
nothing else there.
easy enough then.
Whatever came in there didn't come from deeper in. It was like it was put there.
very possible that what we interrupted with the wild magic and the sorcery, someone didn't want anyone to find it.
It was chronomancy as well. There was wild magic happening, but it was chronomancy.
Right.
They had frozen them in time. The only time I've ever heard of something like that, you can freeze time for everyone but everyone but yourself. Effectively, you're just moving through time, and it's for like seconds, and that's like the most powerful magic there is. To freeze a location in time indefinitely, the magics that it would take to do that, I don't even understand. That is terrifying.
Yeah. But it's what I have to understand, in a way. I was told that I was one of like 6 people that was able to break what was going on there because of my ancestry.
One of 6 bloodlines. Interesting. What are the other 6 bloodlines?
I don't know. I only know of my own, and I only found out about that recently.
Might be an interesting thing to start to unravel.
This Huckleby, my ancestor, no one ever talked about him in my family, so that I am
I
aware.
was his relative. I don't think I would talk about him either. Well, if you ever watched this, Dalton, then that's for you, buddy. If you were my relative, I wouldn't have talked about you either.
You did open a Demonomicon, so.
You opened, attuned to it. Your skin rotted off. Your hair fell from it. Your eyelids peeled back, and you looked like a rotten, undead creature. And you're like,
I'm cool with this.
I'm cool with this. Fine. I like this. It's a good magic item for me. But kind of just depends on depends on us figuring out what we want to do next. I personally would say let's head up north and start figuring out where to get a Grick. If we go south, I could probably knock something out, but I'd rather not head south and have to deal with more of your kind.
If they're looking to fight me on sight or cause a conflict on sight, it would not be wise.
I feel like that's more of a stealth mission. Kind of feel like we're not currently equipped for a stealth mission.
Probably
You're
not.
just stealthy. You did well. You know, both all you guys kind of did your little. I'm gonna dip in, but we're also none of us are good scouts, to be completely honest.
And they can see really well. I'm pretty good at seeing things, but they can see really well.
So let's head back up north. Hopefully we can find something, hear something, rumors, find a way into this Underdark.
Find something. Do we want to see if there's anything else here we can uncover? Do we want to spend some time here?
As much time as we can.
Say we have a structure here that all the locals and local creatures think are possessed. So I mean, I would be down to stay here, take a long rest here, spend the day, leave first thing in the morning maybe.
Maybe we could find some more leathers in some of the rubble.
Investigate, check the rubble, check for names. I don't have parchment or paper. I've never been much for writing things down, but as much information as we can take from this place. And I have a desire to care for it, even just a little.
Well, I'd be down to figure out what we can spend the day.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's rest here then.
I mean, it's still early in the day, like relatively early in the day.
Right.
Yeah, just start searching around. I mean, like every inch of freaking grass is at the top of this space. At least the surrounding area of the ruins.
Anybody want anything to drink on up?
Oh yeah, I could have got you something.
I'll take a root beer.
I'll do a dew if we got them.
We have no more dew.
No more dew?
We have
Whatever.
Pepsi root beer.
Pepsi then, please. Gotta get a little caffeine in me. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Of
sir.
course.
Investigations.
Alex, give me an investigation with advantage
With
and a D4.
advantage and D4. I don't need my D4s.
You thought about using this.
I did, and I was like, nah. Alright, advantage and D4. Ooh, nice. So it comes out to a dirty 20 plus my investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Nice. You'll go through, and you do notice where like the different areas are, where the names are, where the like benches were, like the seats that went over.
Mm-hmm.
You do find one that says Azarian, Proud Claw.
Zarian?
Azarian, Azarin. Above that it says Theron, Proud Claw.
Above it?
Mm-hmm. Above that it says Vorak, Proud Claw. Above that it says Drathis, Proud Claw. Drathis. Above that it says Rygar, Proud Claw. Above that it says Kardak, Proud Claw.
With a C or K?
K. K-A-R-D-A-K. Above that you've got Maverick, Proud Claw.
Maverick.
And that's M-A-V-R-I-K. No C. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Lorcan, Proud Claw.
Lor-
L-O-R-K-A-N.
Okay.
And then you have Fenrir, Proud Claw. And that's the first name on the top of this. You're telling that there's a bit of age between this. The way that it seems to be set out looks like this is the name of, like, the names start, well, they kind of start at the base and they go up. So Fenrir's at the very bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes up. So it's almost as if you're thinking Fenrir is like the oldest name, and Azarian is the newest name. So that kind of gives you a feel that these may be different leaders of the Proud Claw family, or the Proud Claw Pride. But you've not heard any of these names. That being said, your father has never spoke of family outside of you, outside of the Pride, and has never really talked to you about any of this.
Right.
So all this is relatively new. That being said, you're seeing these names are like carved in the stone, and the way that it's drawn out, like it's the way that like specifically like your family would write the name Proud Claw with the like directly like this is written in Leonin a long time ago. So
These people, it would be interesting to learn from them, learn about them. They went through what my father went through. I wonder if he even has memory of what he went through.
he knows. He knows everything that he went through. She whispers to you. Or messages to you.
Right.
Why do you think he sent his remaining child as far from them as he could?
It seems like he might have wanted you to get away from whatever was going on, especially if they don't want you to come back.
You think he sent me to protect me and not to honor my brother or him?
It could be a bit of both. But it seems like if they did know that sending you after this 9L's watch was a suicide mission, maybe it was the easier choice than to have you stay here to be killed by the other Leonin.
So far we've encountered multiple members of 9L's watch.
And they haven't tried to kill
They
him.
haven't tried to kill him at all. Doesn't seem like a suicide mission. Seems like more like they're keeping him alive for a reason.
It definitely seems we've met, what, 3 of these 9L's watch that you were after, and none of them have straight out killed you.
Is it 3?
Two.
Two?
Oh, I think this is the 2 so far. I'm like,
We looked for Vecris.
But there was a 3rd one. So we've met 2.
We've met two.
you were literally
engaged.
told where Vecris was.
What?
Like, dude literally took your money and said, I'll tell you exactly where he is. And he told you exactly where he is, but you guys just didn't catch on.
Yeah.
He looked past you and was like, well, I wonder where he is. And then you guys walked out and there's a well right in the middle of the town. And you just left. He was definitely hiding in the well. If you ever go back and watch that episode, you'll notice I said well like 30 times back to back to back. Well, you can go find him. Well, there's nothing else I can say.
Well,
Well,
That's funny.
I do remember that.
Anyway, we've met 2 of them, and neither one of them have straight out killed you. So it might not have been as much of a suicide mission, but
I had backup. I had you there to pick up the pieces. I'm sure they're just following some law. They would have left me for dead just like they had left my brother and the rest of my people.
it just seems like Nine L's watch. These members know more than they're letting on.
don't you know a little bit about 9L and who 9L is? She's a Fae patron.
Right.
Her reach goes very, very far beyond one little group. Many people follow her. She's an archfey. Even I've encountered others who followed her. Interesting enough, there's a rumor that there was a Leonin who was part of Nine Owl's watch. An old Leonin. He was saved by them as a cub.
All of this just seems weird. We have these people that you're after that one just played a bunch of tricks. The other met you in the tavern and agreed to fight you.
That was bold of her.
Kind of felt like she was saying, hey, let's just get the fact that I can whoop your ass out of the way before we go on so I can move along. It's kind of the way I saw it.
She knew nothing about me.
She seemed to know quite a bit. She walked up and sat down with you at the bar. Knew you were there looking for her.
She knew who I was.
She seemed to know about your code.
She knows Leonin.
It's not Leonin. It's the Black Main Pride. She knows specifically about your people. There's other Leonin in the world who don't follow this creed, as we see by here. Looks like your people didn't follow this creed.
Seemingly so. But then how did my father end up wrapped up in it? Kidnapped as a child.
Kidnapped as a child?
Forced to follow Blackmane. This warped way of living.
I don't know. I don't know what you've seen. Other than what you've seen is what can't be because it's impossible. Again, back to the fragmented thoughts.
This is true. When I first arrived, I saw Leonin sparring against one another in the pits of sand, with Leonin elders seated above them, and they were happy. I entered the storehouse and watched Leonin speak to each other kindly and retrieve food and take care of their young. When I entered the main building, I saw a vision of an elder, deeply wounded. And she called my father by his name. Small cub. And then I proceeded to get flashes of Blackmane with backwards hands, impaling the elder and other Leonin, ripping out their insides, slashing them across their throats with backwards claws. I watched him reveal his face as this tiger creature before returning to his form. He said something about how they cannot take his people or keep these people from him.
Well, I mean, that could kind of make sense. A creature who can shape change could cause a massive amount of confusion. And a poltergeist is usually created by somebody who doesn't fully understand what caused their death, because then they have a destroyed psyche and that rage of confusion in the moment of death, like what the fuck just happened, sort of things. Like if I just, and he like, just like pulls out a dagger. If I were just to you wouldn't be ready for it. It could cause massive amount of confusion. That's what causes a poltergeist. So if the lingering necrotic essence here tells me that a lot of Leonin died here in a not so pleasant way. You know, when they first showed up, it looked like they were sparring, and they immediately came to answer the cry of whatever the poltergeist was. I'm guessing that somebody murdered this poltergeist and she had no idea it was coming, wasn't ready for it all, super confused by what happened. That tells me that that's why she became a poltergeist.
She called me an accursed of Blackmane.
So she might have some idea of what happened.
Like somehow this creature knew. But I am a proud claw. Their names are here.
Is your name here?
My name is not here.
Well, if your name's not here, then
My father's name
she
is
probably
not here
didn't know
either.
that. Yeah, your father was a cub. It kind of looks, I mean, from the way I'm figuring this out, this is Velnock. You can tell his eyes are glowing. He's ritually cast, comprehend languages and reading stuff. It's like, those seem to be training pits,
Yes.
and there's names going up them. They're older at the bottom, and they're family names, like going up.
Mm.
I saw the one with all the proud claws on it. Do you think your dad was really like overseeing the fighting pit yet?
No.
So I'm guessing maybe Azarion was his father? If it was Azarion.
Azarion. Pharaon. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he had brothers. Maybe he had, maybe, you know, who knows how old those are. That could be like 4 brothers of his, and this place couldn't be that old. But those names, like looking at them, it looks like there's like a couple decades of age between them. Like they're preserved well, and they're
Generational differences.
but it looks like generations of the names seem to be written with the same context and the same way to signify that it's the same family. But I don't know, this place seems like it holds a lot of power going back to your family.
I witnessed a lot of the last moments of that tragedy that befell this place. But I have also seen my people tossed from Pride Rock, where we have stumbled upon Leonin out in our fields and in our lands with similar injuries that I witnessed this creature give, that I witnessed Blackmane give to my ancestors. They told us it was Johnsy. Very clearly it was not.
It definitely sounds like this Blackmane fellow.
Even powerful shapeshifters slip up every now and then. If the
If-
wrong person finds out something about you, it's just easiest just to take care of everybody around.
And now that you have even more information, I think he'll have even more of a reason to kill you. If he gets the opportunity.
He can't know. I need to get my family out of there. I need to figure out a way to finish him.
If only he had a group with powerful allies who knew more about what was going on.
My people speak of Blackmane's power. He's practically worshipped. He is a fierce warrior, never matched by any of our people. My people get old if they are so lucky, and die of natural causes if they are so lucky. Nobody out strengthens Blackmane.
Nobody there. But now he's not there.
He is seemingly living an unnatural or supernatural lifetime. The elements do not affect him. They say he can be anywhere when he wants to be. Some brides even have a superstition on his name.
Definitely sounds.
And they are cowards.
It definitely sounds like he is way more than just a normal Leonin. Especially if he has backwards claws.
I saw his face. He is a tiger. For all I know, he could be lycanthropic himself.
I mean, that right there is, I mean, the worst thing you could imagine, being a tiger in a group of lions. And that's the real threat to you.
Pretty terrible.
Still have no idea what. Well, I mean, you gave us a bit of the idea. I wasn't really paying attention. Talking.
We should go north. And find that crick.
Velnok kind of says, one last thing before we leave here. And he brings you into that smallest room that was pretty leveled out.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of like a
little hut, storehouse.
Yeah, it looks like a little storehouse. He's kind of going through and he's brushing aside the dirt and clears an area. He goes, that's the remnants of a teleportation circle. Little work. New circle could be built here pretty easily.
So, the little work, we could return to this place.
I don't know if teleporting to that would work right now. I think we'd have to recast this circle. But I'm just saying this place could be fixed up. You've got a circle. Parts of the magic are still there. And see, he kind of casts a spell and his eyes kind of glow a different color. So, there's traces of magic, but I don't think somebody could teleport to it, but a little work, this could be reactivated.
I like that idea. We are dangerously close to the Southern Prides. We are north of the river. But I feel like we would have to deal with Blackmane, or at least have great defenses if we were to try to fix this place.
It's just a thought.
Of course, they do think that it is haunted.
That keeps people away. And he kind of looks out, and you remember again, you're on a kind of a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, there's some room to do stuff here. It's like a decent tower, and you can see off for a while. Kind of steps up on some of the stone, looks off, and goes, you can almost just see the river to the edge down there. I bet with a spyglass you could see people crossing the river, have a couple days warning.
Food for thought.
So, we rest, and then we move on tomorrow.
Head back north.
I would like that.
Let's do it. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on the 5th day of Pelor?
Yeah, nothing for me. Just resting.
Cicatrix will eat 2 more berries.
Heard. Magus will eat 3 berries as well.
Nice.
There are 3, right? Yeah.
He will.
How many berries are left over?
That's it. If he takes those.
At least those 3. Velnock will take a short rest.
How's the weather look today?
Also take a short rest.
Looks nice out. Like, it is the month of Pelor. There's very low cloud
Very
cover.
sunny.
There's very low rain. There's just lots of sunny days and all that.
It's about to be summertime. It's about to get hot, boys.
It effectively is summertime now.
Mhm.
The first day of Pelor is seen as the first day of summer. You've already had the first holiday, but nothing happened on it. The first holiday was the 3rd day. You guys would have had temporary hit points, but you didn't get any battle or anything like that, so you didn't notice that you temporary hit points.
Mhm.
The next major holiday is a fun one to travel during. It's called the Day of Warmth, and that's on the 8th. And that's a celebration of the sun's life-giving heat, where people bask in the rays and offer thanks to its nourishment. It's one of those things, like, there's a heavy sunlight, but
Also a bunch of Leonin and just a cat and just fucking sprawl out. Just. I'm not moving today.
We're
after
resting
that,
all day.
the next thing you'd have would be on the 10th, which would be the planting feast. That's the first festival.
No, they get back to the mine by then.
Yeah, you guys leave now. You're gonna arrive. You'll arrive after all day. So you guys will be traveling during all day. So that's a fun one.
Or it's just sunlight all day.
And the sun just goes up and it stops in the sky. It stays there for however long it does, and then it goes down. Most things that are used to track time track it off the sun's cycle, like stones that will literally track like what time it is and stuff like that. Magically, you can divine certain things. There are hourglasses, and some people say that all day lasts for a while.
Just sit down and drink a bunch of Tej. Because I got a big ol' freaking jug of it.
Sit down, get drunk.
Mhm.
Perfect. With that, you guys can mark off a long rest, and that is a milestone. You are now level 3.
Hey, I wonder, would
Would
Clef have been able to give out any more of them heroic inspirations on that way?
Well, also a milestone, a level gives you a heroic inspiration.
Oh, it does?
I'm going to say every single time.
Oh, okay.
Heroic inspiration happens from doing something heroic, and I feel like accomplishing a milestone is heroic.
Alright,
So,
fair enough.
well, yeah, that's what I said last time. You can do that.
Sweet! Long rest. And leveling.
And alright, Draconic Sorcery.
Fucking ridiculous. Path of Wild Magic. There we go.
No, he's doing necromancy. I have no idea what he wants to do with his monk subclass. I had a couple ideas, but I don't know what he actually wants to do. Sadly, he hasn't been here for as much of it as I would like. And Clef is theoretically doing this.
some HP, I guess?
Yeah, let's do it.
7, or I'm gonna try and see if I can get a little higher, because why not? Use that heroic inspiration. 11!
11. Not bad.
So it already added in my con, so I just added to my rolled HP, right?
Yeah.
Manage HP rolled.
So what, 37 hit points now? A little more substantial. What'd you get?
A 4?
You want to use your heroic inspiration?
No.
He can hand it out for free.
Right.
You can just try, I mean.
I got 6.
There you go. Yeah.
You can never go back and change that, so
Yeah.
use it now.
Like, your hit points rolled is pretty important one, I feel like.
What was that 11? So 17. Alright, got my
That's what I like
level
to
2
see.
spells. Here we go.
So 24.
Hit a little harder now.
Wait, how many? You have 34 hit points?
37.
You have 37? Damn, you got ahead of me. I'm rolling d8s.
And you're still keeping.
I have
'cause he's tough.
36 hit. No. The potion has 36
Oh,
hit
potion
points.
does? Oh, shit.
He started with an 8. I rolled an 8 on his first one, and I just rolled a 3 and an 8. I was like, fuck yeah.
Crazy. Get it,
So-
potion.
That's
Good. We need him to have lots of HP.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to get us into some fuckery.
We also need him to get some more items, but he can't get any items because he's just chilling.
2
He's gonna fall off so fucking quick soon.
If we fucking knew what the thing
I
was.
know. He's been trying. He's just like, I'm trying.
And Clef is just like,
trying.
nah, fuck you. Which I love it. I'm like, that's fucking great.
I couldn't tell if it was because he didn't understand what was going on, or if he just really wasn't caring about.
I feel like he just didn't.
He just doesn't care. Yeah, he's just kind of being a dick about it. Motherfucker.
He's like, things die, man.
Let's see here.
Leonin is
We're at enough
officially
low.
a necromancer now.
We're gonna. Do I want to?
What does that give him?
Yeah.
Once per turn, when you kill one or more creatures with a spell first level or higher, you regain hit points equal to twice the spell's level, or 3 times if the spell belongs to the necromancy school. If you kill something with a necromancy spell, he can just get 3 times the spell's level as healing.
I feel like that
That sounds about right.
is more so a spell that would be better for me. Yes. Yes. Get another spell where I will be able to roll whatever damage.
Random shit.
Yeah, Dragon's Breath.
Nice.
And then I got Flame Blade, just to get something for up close fighting. I think if you need it. Never know.
There's so many fucking really cool spells, man. I would love to play a spellcaster with the new rules. But also Cicatrix is really fucking fun. These weapon masters are sick.
Nathar's Mischief is a really fun one too.
That's also kind of wild magic-y. Just random shit happens to people in an area.
It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Little flowers go out and spray people in the face, or they smell apple pie. And they're charmed.
Or begin giggling until the start of your next turn.
Yep, they just start laughing.
Decisions.
Decisions.
You drop some molasses, hover in the cube, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? Also, overnight, I feel like I can work with the horse a little bit better.
Sounds good.
I've been watching the raccoon handle the horse. I think I'm picking up some skills.
Good, good, good.
This guy on Leonin. Oh, because of the thing. Yeah.
Just when I leveled up a guy, it was like primal instinct or
Oh.
something. Hunter's instincts.
You know what? I think I understand.
Like
this
after,
a little
yeah.
bit better now.
Well, it's been
So they're not
2
hunter
weeks you've been
instincts.
traveling with
Primal
this,
knowledge.
with this dog and this freaking horse, and you're just like watching how he like eases them when things go wrong. And
Yeah, primal knowledge, gain proficiency in barbarian skill of your choice, and then while raging, whenever I make an ability check using one of the following skills, I can make it with a strength check, even if it normally uses a different ability. So I'm just rage and add my strength to the skill instead.
one.
Which means I can rage and I can use my strength to stealth.
Hell yeah. I'm hiding!
You fucking see me.
Okay.
Show me that. Don't really believe that. Should they got a little bit of stuff going on?
Mind whip.
Those ones are so fun. I just love the idea of those.
Which one?
Oh, when I want to play, because I think I told you another one of my characters that I really wanted to play for with the new rules was like kind of a shopkeeper, like more like an abjuration wizard, but like a crafter, where like they just survive and take care of people, and then they craft.
You don't realize, like, just having a shop, how many times people just show up, they get mad
And they
because they
wanna
don't have enough
fucking
money,
fight
and now
me.
they want to fight me, and I'm just trying to figure out how to
But
talk to
one of
people.
the spells is vortex warp, where it's just like, okay, you're not in the shop anymore. Close the door. Like, you're 60 feet away, fuck you. Door's locked.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, actually, you can go fight them. Or barbarian, how about you stand next to those three?
And it's like underneath your shop, you just have this like big trench like hole built.
Yep.
Vortex warp. Like, where the fuck did my friend go? Well, your friend wanted to fight me, so now he's in a pit somewhere. Did you want to fight me as well?
Or are you going to pay your bill? Are you going to leave?
We can just work this out. And don't worry, your friend will eventually show back up. Just not now.
Yeah, thought about that one for a while.
That's fun. I know you talked about doing the cartographer as well.
Yeah, I have some really fun ones for the cartographer too. But for him, I was thinking more of like a bard. And obviously, my dad wanted to play the bards or something.
Yeah. Switching it up a little bit. Cool. Well, with that, it is now the morning of the 6th, and you guys want to start your journey back.
Yeah.
We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful wizard of Darnell.
Yep. Because of the wonderful snow he hails. Because he's a frosty boy. And apparently a chronomancer.
Who knew?
It's got some funky shit going on with time magic. Apparently.
Apparently. I need to find this demon book so I can also become a satyr.
No.
So.
Oh, you do not need a Demonomicon.
Sorry. But if one shows up, you never know.
The Demonomicon is a fun artifact.
It is a really fun artifact.
But yes, in this campaign,
Except-
when you attune to it, it does cause you to rot and look dead. That is one of the things that has already been rolled for the random properties in this campaign. So, it's not something you can hide that you're attuned to. Well, I mean, you could. Magic could. But While traveling, is there anything specifically that you guys want to do to try and curtail or alter the way you go to avoid the Black Dragon's territory? He seems to be moving in a relatively large area. He's going to want something.
We should go back to his area that we can give him the corpses.
Do you think that will suffice? And
We don't have to get rid of the corpse of the Leonin. Like, I do like.
Pretty sturdy.
He's a decent. I mean, when we get back and he kind of clutches onto that glowing amulet, he's like, I'm gonna be kind of committed to whoever I have. I kind of like this one. I feel like it kind of sends a message to your people too, like, bring it.
It does.
we've killed one.
And for some reason, I really do think that it is still kind of fitting to allow Leonin to continue battling after he's gone.
Yeah.
It's better than being tossed on a rock and being forgotten.
That's true. His name will be remembered. What was his name again?
Did I ever find... I knew that he was a lieutenant, but he did not have any...
It was
He didn't have any name markers.
Zarakath.
Was it?
Z-A-R-A-K... I'm sorry, Z-A-R-A-K T-H-A-R.
Hold on. Day of Pelor. First day, Leonin Pegasus. Oh yeah, Zarakthar. Yeah,
Bloodclaw.
Bloodclaw. Yeah.
And the Bloodclaw
Yep.
is a family. It's
It
like
was Zarakthar.
it's a pride. It's not necessarily all one family, but that whole pride is like assassins and like hunters and like
Right.
lieutenants and like people who are like known for just going out and
Trained
killing.
and bred for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I deduced that
These specifically fucking came from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't
I mean, we
mind
could make
keeping
a-
him.
We can make a wider go around, but it'll take probably a few more days to get back to where we need to go.
Well, I mean, we can still give the Pegasus body.
But do we think that's going to be enough? I don't have.
He
any
said he
more-
wants more than what we gave him last time. I don't have more than what we gave him last time.
Right. I was like, I don't have any more to give him.
I have an axe to give him.
That one.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, that's an option. But can we? Can we? It's a fucking like that little dragon. Yeah, we handled him quickly, but he still kind of hurt you.
That little dragon did nothing but scratch me.
Didn't he? Like, no.
No,
well,
we
did-
killed
he
we
did that
killed him
breath
in
weapon
like
thing.
one.
Yeah.
Breath weapon. I
He was
sneezed
also-
a little bit.
It was also a baby dragon. It was like this thing could swallow that dragon whole. Plus, it was like crippled, probably malnourished, probably starving because it'd been there for a couple weeks.
Yes, I almost felt bad for it, so thanks for bringing it up.
Of course. That being said, this black dragon is like on his game, doing his thing. Is that something we want to do?
Well, there's a bounty out for it. We could collect.
That is fair.
We need money.
You probably would have money.
We might have to trek through some acid to get to it. But we could get to it. All I know is if we see him coming again, we can offer the Pegasus.
But if
I
that's
will
not
give
enough,
him nothing more.
but if that's not enough, we attack. I have nothing else to give him, so if we meet him again and he doesn't just want to take the Pegasus, it's going to be our only option.
I do have a new trick that I think would work for keeping Zarkthar alive against him. I can do kind of a necromantic spell that sucks the life from things around and hits him, heals him up. Do that a bit.
It's kind of nice.
It is an option. We can just beeline for it and try to handle that.
I like
Cliff's like, I kind of like the idea of it, but don't like the idea of acid breath. Clef kind of starts taking off his shiny, fancy armor. He just kind of packs it up and puts it in his bag. He's like, You just kind of watch. Clef is just kind of like, the way he's moving, he almost has like a little bit like of a bounce to his step. He's just a little bit more like, seems like more agile. So he now gets to add his charisma modifier to his armor class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as he's
awesome.
Unarmored. So it's like,
Yeah.
let's see, do I want leather armor that gives me a +2 or charisma that gives me a +4?
Well, let's
I
see.
think I'm gonna keep that +4.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think that'll be good. Let's kind of just travel the same path we did. If we end up meeting this dragon again, I guess be prepared to fight it if it doesn't like just the Pegasus.
I have no coin to give it, so that's pretty much where we are at.
You need to get better with your money.
I mean,
I bought weapons at cost. It was no issue.
That was just, you get cursed. It's just disappearing.
That happened one time.
It's all of your money.
It was a lot of my money too. It was. But thank you for reminding me again.
That's what I'm here for.
and then we set off.
Absolutely.
I don't know why the Indiana
I was
Jones
gonna say
thing.
we're doing the March.
the
Raiders March.
The Indiana Jones game comes out next week, I guess.
Just making sure I have everything marked that I need to know during your travel. This will throw stuff off, and that will be
two potions of healing. We're not making any more, right? I don't think.
At this point, I think we're out.
Boo. Excuse me. 10th through the 13th. Just want to make sure everything that's going to come through. So it looks like if you guys start out now and travel the normal time, you will arrive during the Radiant Reveal, which is the festival on the 24th through the 26th. You'll arrive in the middle of that on the 25th day.
Fair enough.
Cruising.
Cruising.
The Radiant Revel. Sorry, it's the Radiant Rebel. Yeah, got that all done. Perfect. So, moving along. As we're moving along, what is that, or what is there that we'd like to do? Anything, doing our harvest, normal stuff like that?
Yeah. Get some herbs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Foraging for some herbs.
You can give me a survival at advantage
At advantage.
with a D4.
D4. And that's
Yes.
gonna be
Helping you.
23.
Absolutely. Where's my herb? Oh yeah. 23. And one more time for the 7th day.
And 21.
Nice. Have almost enough, you think, for another potion. That being said, as we are setting in, you travel for 2 days heading north. It is the 7th day. Tomorrow is the day of warmth. So it'll be the next holiday. How do we want to handle watch? How do we want to set up camp?
Same ways we've kind of done before, I guess. Skeleton in the back and clef in the front.
You're sleeping under the wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be on that side somewhere. Yeah, perfect.
Better no. I'll sleep next to the car. Cool. Perfect. Who wants to roll for Clef?
Do it. Voluntold.
It's a 7 plus whatever his perception
Am I
is.
rolling perception?
I don't know. 7 plus whatever you want him.
Or it's an encounter.
You're good. I
I'm
was going to
gonna
call
stop
for
rolling.
perception. I like that 7 though. That 7 is exactly what I was looking for. His perception gives him a 12. It's right about where I wanted to see him at.
I'm done rolling this one.
While resting,
While resting.
Bring this one up.
he thinks he might see just a slight movement of a figure. He starts kind of trying to look out. He doesn't see anything. And then suddenly,
Ooh. Calm down.
just use. That's what it is, but nothing there looks right for him, so I'm just gonna use this. Use this.
Holy shit.
Right in front of him. He's like trying to look out and he's not seeing anything. And then suddenly, 3 misplaced eyes open up and look at him. As a creature that looks something like this is right in front of him.
Holy
Nice.
fuck balls. The shit is that?
Roll me a d20 for him.
D20. 11.
That sounds about right.
The deuce wig.
He doesn't.
He doesn't yell at
Tendrils scrap up out of the ground from around him,
Oh.
and he collapses to the ground.
Oh shit.
Well, we've killed your dad's character.
Oh, GG.
So. We gotta have something here. What do we got here? I like something in here. Something in here is gonna work for us. I don't know what it is yet, but something. Give me something cool. That's cool, but not quite what I want. This is about as good as it's gonna get, isn't it? Yep, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, that works. Let's roll some initiative.
All right.
Cicatrix, let's fucking go, baby. 10.
Almost a 91. Wasn't really much better.
Oh, Cicatrix.
9.
Tarquin.
12.
Cleffa is press 3. Oh, plus 3. He still wants to roll out a fucking 8. So he's going to be theoretically here. That'll make for an interesting run. He's sitting here for now. That works. But I need to know that. So we are starting off with Tarquin.
What do I see? What's going on?
I'm going to get this down and we'll start letting you know.
I cast Fireball. Wait.
No.
Right in the middle.
Your wagon's gone. Your horses are gone. Everything's gone. You still have most of your gear on you, but it seems a little bit light. Maybe some of it's missing. You kind of come to, and it's weird because you are standing in the center of what looks like maybe like a clearing. Around you is a dense forest. Massive trees tower higher than anything most of you've seen. You've seen this before, though. You were on the Feywild. Trying to look past the trees, you've got sort of a set of the trees are effectively around you at this point, and you're noticing that the bramble or the trees have bramble and vines, and everything's pulled together. It almost seems like there's a sense of darkness around them as well, like just barely past these vines that seem to be entangling this area. It just becomes pitch black. Any sorts of light you have seems to not want to go through. along with that, standing with you, is this weird sort of gelatinous creature, kind of looking around. Kind of almost confused as well. What do you do?
I can see everybody else too. We're all.
You're all there. Yeah, you are all here in this forest area.
What's going on?
I don't know. I feel like we're not in our wagon anymore.
And what is that? I point at the gelatinous can.
I don't know. It kind of bubbles a little bit, and that chiming sort of noise comes from it. You guys recognize it's kind of the sound that comes from the bag when it tries to do the thing. It's kind of weird, soft harmonics.
Cicatrix goes, pouchy.
Could I? I want to make sure my the wand with the crystal's still on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull it out. I don't see anything necessarily ready to attack, so I will prep. Maybe casting a spell if something happens to show up.
What spell?
Probably Sorcerer's Burst.
Wonderful. Roll me percentile.
28.
$28. You blip out. And then you blip back in, having gone to the astral sea for just a moment. You blip out and you're in space. Kind of this like floating, sit there, you have this little silvery cord kind of coming off you, and then you're back.
Checking. Do I have my potion pouches? Do I have my shield?
You have all your equipment, you just don't have the backpack.
Just don't have the backpack on.
Well, it's my turn.
I mean, we're not going rounds.
Yeah, shield and
Yeah.
scimitar.
And we're not in initiative. I need initiative for other reasons.
Okay.
Does the scimitar give off light?
Mm-hmm. But the light that seems
He
to
has
go from
dark
it
vision.
seems to like cut off. Even your dark vision seems to cut off at the edge of the trees. Like there's just this dense bramble, and beyond that, it just seems to kind of like it's almost maybe like magical darkness around. Is what it kind of feels like.
Does everyone remember what was happening before this?
We were sleeping.
I feel like we were sleeping.
Or at least I thought we were.
Pop up one of our pouches. Take a drink.
Clef,
And rage.
what did you see? Did you see anything?
I feel like we were keeping watch. I don't remember any. We kind of doing our thing. I was just kind of trancing, keeping an eye out, and then now we're here.
Looking at the ground, are there any tracks around us?
Not seeing any tracks. I'll go up to the edge. Give me an insight while you're going over to the edge.
Inside. Oh, it's gonna be an 11.
Yeah. As soon as you start to rage, like the gelatinous sort of creature just like moves on the other side of Magus. You know, the scimitar out.
Yeah, scimitar and shield for now.
He just goes resistance slashing on Magus. He seems to be looking at the party and looking at you more than than the trees or anything around.
Do you see anything over there, Cicatrix?
Perceive. Does it just look like solid wall of bramble?
It's like
or?
brambles, like it's vines, and you're seeing these like hard, like thick thorns coming off of it that seem to like have just like almost a little bit of moisture on the tip of it. You're guessing probably like very, very poisonous, like some sort of like toxin on these vine, like coming from the thorns and leaking onto the vines, and then past the vines, it just kind of like it's like a blurry darkness that just seems to kind of fade off.
It seems to be a solid wall of poisonous bramble. It's got some sort of substance on the vines and thorns. I would not recommend messing with it.
What about from afar?
Oh, sure. And I'm gonna back away.
I'm gonna throw a sorcerer's burst at the.
Sorcerer's burst. Yeah. Roll me percentile.
57.
57. Roll me a d10.
Throwing dice, but this one. 5.
5.
5.
Just a big pool of grease just forms. Like 3 of you fall down. It's like right here. You just fall down to the ground. Gonna get up. It's only there for a moment, and then it sort of fades.
Well, guys, I can't cast any spells without strange things happening.
Sorcerer's Burst didn't seem to affect the bramble.
The sorcerer's burst did not go off.
Oh.
My skeleton's not here. Yeah, my dog's not here either. Now there's the horse.
So it's not that it's picking and choosing living things.
What if we're still asleep and only the living things that are around? Maybe this is like some sort of
My
dream.
dog's alive.
Does your dog dream? Are
Yeah.
you all in a shared dream?
He does that little leg kick. And tries to run. That's definitely dreams.
Well, does anybody know what this place is?
Kind of feels like maybe the Feywild.
It does resemble the Feywilds, but I don't.
There are places in the Feywild that are so dense that you can almost not travel through them. Is there a way that we got sent to this? Isn't that how you joined our party? You were in the Feywild and you just randomly got sent to the material plane?
Yes, but with this wild magic, I feel like anything is possible. But it was just me. I don't feel like I was like, unless something was going on, but I wasn't like focusing on any magics while we were sleeping. I'm supposed to. This crystal's supposed to help me control my magic, not
Not blip out.
blip out.
We all look the same? Everybody kind of looks the way they're supposed to?
Mm-hmm. Other than this weird gelatinous sort of creature, they just have like legs and arms and stuff that you're not used to seeing.
Maybe this creature knows something.
I don't understand it. It just sounds like bells.
Anyone want to try to understand it?
I can. And they both, Velnock and Clef, can ritually cast comprehend languages.
Takes them 10 minutes.
It takes them 10 minutes, and do you guys both want to roll me a percentile?
73?
I will re-enter my rage at the end and keep it up. 01.
Oh, 1. Perfect. And you said 73?
73.
73, and that's for Velnock? I'm giving you Clef and you Velnock for now.
Sounds good.
73.
Teleports.
He blips over to here. He's kind of on the edge, like kind of stuck in the brambles. He pulls off. He's like, ah. It doesn't hurt, but and he just collapses on the ground. Oh. Looks like he's paralyzed, but not dead. He'll come over and like looks over him. It's fine. Just kind of pulls him in a little bit. Just laying on the ground. He stands over top of him.
Comprehend languages never went off.
Comprehend language just seems to have not gone off. Roll me percentile again.
34.
Okay. You see Clef's like whole body just sort of shimmers for a moment. It's like crystalline, sort of like coat goes over him. Roll me percentile again.
Cicatrix would be moving away from them.
I would also.
I want nothing to do with the two of you.
Awesome. 96.
96. Well, you don't need to roll again.
Right, you said to.
That's fine.
Him. Sorry,
Yeah.
just him.
I mean, you could just.
Okay, I'll keep 96.
96.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll share the pain.
You see this like pulse kind of goes out from him as like everybody's skin just kind of like turns like kind of a lighter pink, almost like just like they're not like pink color, but just like their skin has like a little bit of like a flush look to it. Again?
56.
56. He's kind of sitting around looking. He's like, I have no idea what's happening right now. Kind of moves a little bit away from everybody. Again?
Do it.
87.
87. Yeah, absolutely. You watch this little burst goes out from him, and they just all collapse.
What type of burst? Lightning?
Green, sort of greenish. It's like black energy that has like this greenish glow to it.
Are they bleeding out?
Do you want to go and look?
Yelp.
You run over here.
I'll run over to Matt.
Looks like Velnok, his eyes are open and like kind of the moisture is drained from him, and his mouth is open and it's dry, and he's like there's no breath coming from him. This gelatinous thing is kind of like on the ground, and you're watching it slowly starting to just like break apart and go through. You run over and he's just like eyes open, just lying there. They seem like they're dead.
They seem like they're dead. I'll be dragging bodies away from Clef.
I'll grab Magus.
Can't drag him. You try to drag him, and it's just, you like kind of like go through. It just starts to just rip apart. And as you pull, it seems like the inside of it is melting faster than the outside. As you pull, it just kind of the little like pustule thing pops, and it just starts to kind of, and you're just seeing this whole thing just like draining out into nothing. But you can drag him away.
I'll grab Magus.
Throw me another percentile.
Tarquin, what is happening?
42.
It seems like whatever magics we use are causing a bunch of wild magic surges.
Teleport to see here.
They look dead.
You're dragging him off.
Right. Yep.
Give me a percentile.
I'd be going further away from.
11.
94. Oh wait, 11, and then we'll go.
11 and then 94. Okay. Again, he has that. Well, he pops up to here, and then that flash goes off, and you kind of have that lightish pink kind of hue, like your skin just kind of has like a glow underneath of it. And then 94. Roll one more time for me.
22.
22. And that seems, or at that point, it seems to fade off and end. You watch that kind of crackling energy around him just starts to fall off. And it kind of moves towards the middle. But you were watching, he was like blinking around, like pulsing. Don't know what that was.
Velnok didn't make it.
Neither is Magus.
Okay. What do we
Or our gelatinous thing.
I'm gonna pull out the glaive. And I'm gonna try and take a swing at the wall of this.
Okay.
From 10 feet away.
You slash at it, and when you slash at it, this poison sprays kind of from the vines on you and it hits you, and you just feel like your body kind of like this like warmth pulses over you, and you feel your muscles seem to like flex, and you just fall over paralyzed.
Cicatrix. Clef, what are we gonna do? We can't cast any spells. I don't think we could heal them.
I have no idea. Come over. And pulls a potion off you. Pulls it down your throat. Just kind of sucks a little bit. You struggle through, but pouring a potion down a paralyzed person's throat, he goes through. But he's like, well, he doesn't look like he's too wounded, but he looks paralyzed by whatever this is.
No con save, no nothing, just paralyzed.
I mean, you can roll it if you want, but I know the numbers and where we're at. What else you got? What can we do?
No other creatures are here with us, huh?
I'm not seeing any other creatures here.
Well, I'm paralyzed, so that's all you, brother.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I can't speak. I'm paralyzed.
My friends seem dead. Cicatrix is paralyzed. I don't feel like we can go anywhere.
I don't think attacking the vines seemed to help very much. Touching the vines and attacking them both led to both of them paralyzed. Whatever came out of me seemed to just drain their energy. I personally felt great when it happened. Like my life force was enhanced.
Well, I'm glad for you. Tarquin is just kind of like stressing out, and I think because he's stressing out, that he's gonna innate sorcery rage.
Go into your sorcerer's burst.
Right. Well, I'm just
Sorcerer's
gonna
rage.
Sorcerer's rage.
Okay. Go into your sorcerer's rage.
So his horns start glowing.
This whole area seems to glow lightly. You're seeing that there's this pulsing energy swirling through all these vines around you. Right now it's pulsing back over towards this area a little bit stronger, where that break was.
Where he
And
attacked
it's like, and you watch it sealing that break. That goes through a moment and then it's set, but this whole area seems to be pulsing with this energy that seems to almost be feeding you. You just feel this like stronger energy within you.
I was like, there's a lot of magic around here. It seems to be healing the wall regardless of what we do.
I don't know, man. What do we do?
I was like, if we cast a spell, it seems like regardless, it's surges and random stuff happens. I don't really have anything besides spells to use.
You're seeing as well. He goes into his innate sorcery, starts coming out of him, and everything around starts to kind of glow and pulse, and this whole area seems to be reacting to him.
I was like, maybe normal attacks can't break it, but you can't really do magical ones. I tried to. I'm a. I'm trying to decide what I could do. Is there any way I could like study like, or like, you know, do like an arcana check to kind of like see if I can see what's going, like all this magic?
Bright light seems to be radiating from everything around this area. Like all the vines now seem to just be radiating a super bright light. But yeah, give me an arcana.
Arcana. 12.
Seems to be like some sort of like crazy wild magic surge. You're not 100% sure. This like kind of energy goes through, and everybody has that like kind of pinkish glow to their skin, like they're like almost like just like the flesh below is kind of showing a little bit easier.
See, it seems like it's like things are just happening now. We gotta try to get out of here. Get everyone out of here.
He's in the wall. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. I guess it's kind of are in different spaces. I think that you're causing this.
I'm stressed.
That's
Don't
helpful.
know. I was like,
That crystalline energy seems to cover everybody in the grove.
I don't know what to do. I try to cast Flame Blade.
Give me a percentile.
51.
51.
Yeah.
Hey, and I rolled a 49. That's funny. You can see these. Everybody has a spectral shield starts to like float around them, and then you have a second shield floating.
Perfect.
It wasn't terrible.
I walk over to the edge and I'll whack it with my stick, my walking stick.
Absolutely. When you hit it, the vines and brambles seem to break, and a poison sprays over you. You fall to the ground, paralyzed. As that's happening, you're noticing that innate sorcery is still going within you.
For another minute, we'll have more wild magic surges.
And there's spectral shields all around.
I guess for the rest of the minute.
There's pink bubbles start to float through. You start seeing vibrant shades of blue kind of swirling around as well. Cicatrix starts to look kind of green. You just have this feeling like if you could move, you would just start puking your brains out. You're all suddenly floating off in the astral sea.
Mm.
You look through and you're seeing
Still paralyzed?
stuff going on. You're still paralyzed. The bright light intensifies from everything around. You guys start to get this sense of fear coming from the vines around. You're like, if I could move, I would move away. You see he kind of moves, like cowers towards the center of the room.
Just don't roll like 01 with all of us, because that shit would suck. Everybody starts going for a minute. Like,
Ten.
Everyone takes.
5 more minutes.
Oh, no, because I rolled that. Sorry. That would be 6 times 8 is 48.
48.
So everybody takes 48 fire damage.
I'm at 1 HP.
I'm dead.
Everybody in the grove dies.
I'm at 1 HP.
Nope. Tej doesn't work here.
Well, it's not Tej, it's something else. But
Yeah, but yeah.
fair enough.
Dead. You look around, and there is trees all around you, with vines and brambles wrapped around. You can't quite see past what's going on. Looks around, you watch Potion touches himself, and you see this silvery glow wrap around him. He cast Sanctuary on himself.
Does something happen?
Nothing happened when he cast
Cast
resistance
earlier.
slashing either.
How come he's the only one who can cast spells?
know. We can't understand him, and none of us can cast anything.
Anybody willing to try to cast another comprehend languages? See if it works this time around.
Do we have a memory of what happened?
Yeah, I remember dying.
Yeah.
I remember
him
dying
popping
in a ball of fire.
and killing me. But I'll cast it. He takes one step towards both of you guys. And then he casts comprehend languages ritually.
Does it go off?
And starts walking over towards him. He's saying, "What's going on? What's going on? I don't understand what's happening. And what is this place?"
We don't know either. Rage.
Am I a new body, or is this another use of rage?
You attempt to rage, and rage goes off.
Sure.
3 times. Just because I grabbed 3 times. I don't know why, but you did very rage.
Fuck.
Mini rage.
Cicatrix, you're gonna pop some blood vessels. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Rage, fucking rage.
He casts comprehend languages. He goes, huh? Yeah, he seems really confused.
So the point was for us all to die? What is this place?
No. Should we try breaking down the forest again? It's a lot of poison. Can't get close to it.
Take a hand axe and chuck it at the wall from this far away.
Throw a hand axe. And it like slashes. You see a little bit of splash, and the hand axe just disappears off into the forest.
But
Thank
it did look like it poisoned
It did
and stuff.
make a splatter around.
Don't mess with it. It's still spraying poison. Is anything else here?
I don't know.
Look for footprints. Anything.
And Cicatrix is going to start trying to look at the ground, see if there's anything else that might have been here.
Looking through, you're not seeing any indication of anything, and every step you make leaves a footprint. There's no indication of
Anybody else?
I'll pull out my wand again and I'll sources burst the
roll percentile.
Fantastic. 88, which I believe is fireball again.
Oh no, that's the
That's
necrotic
fireball.
energy. So that's going to be 30 feet of you. So the 3 of them collapse. You just feel this necrotic energy wrap into your body, and you watch Cicatrix just falls. Potion steps away from you. He goes to go cast. You can see as he steps away, he goes to go cast Healing Word, and instead he disappears and then comes back. And he's kind of blobs down into this little puddle. He's just like seems to be like kind of cowering.
Well,
Clef's like,
it seems like whenever
you
I
killed
tried...
him this time. Wasn't me. This time it's on you.
Clef, stab me.
What?
Stab me. I want to see if it works.
He comes up and he stabs you. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Clef walks up and fucking pulls out his fucking dagger.
He says, okay.
And, yep, stabs you. Does 5 points of damage.
Nice.
And, do I have that way? What more do I have right now? he goes to go stab you, and when he stabs you, you watch he kind of like sticks the dagger in, and then also you just out of like when he sticks the dagger in, you see he just kind of you look down, and an elbow kind of catches across the side of your face. And that's 8 bludgeoning damage as well as he unarmed strikes, elbows you in the head.
8?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. He does a d8 plus 3 bludgeoning damage on unarmed strikes. You can use them during certain things.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Clef is molding.
Alright.
He had to take his armor off. It was really holding him down.
Yeah.
He goes, stabs you. He goes, I don't know if it worked. Should I try again?
Do it.
Absolutely. Another 5 points of stab damage.
Perfect.
Kind of stabs at you, goes through, and then another 5 points of stab damage.
Fucking Saw movie do we walk into here? What the
He's
shit
just
is
stabbing
this?
It's like, is it helping at all? Potions back here. Just
Like, what the fuck is happening?
What's happening? What are you doing? What's going on? And you guys are just like,
just talking to each other. Just the poor dudes are supposed to save our lives. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Does anyone want anything to drink?
yes. Oh wait, there's an at 20.
Oh god.
Perfect. I'm down.
A
Regardless.
drink for you?
Yes, please. Just I'll take a Pepsi.
Yeah, I'll take a Pepsi.
8 more.
Alright, I'm down.
And then he slices your throat.
Perfect. Is this working?
Yeah, I feel it. Is this working?
Is this working?
You are in the middle of the forest. Everybody's standing around. Vines seem to wrap around. Potion immediately moves away from you all, very confused. You're noticing that Clef is covered in blood. Absolutely, just covered in blood.
Whatever's going on here, I think it has something to do with me.
You think? It's like I have my armor was what kept me clean. He had the cleaning armor. No, he doesn't. Just wiping blood off.
Anyway, prestidigitation. No, I'm just kidding. It seems like
fucking over this.
if you guys have to decide what to do, I won't cast these spells. It seems like
I will run it, Tarquin. Dropping my shield. And this time it's just the great axe.
Do it.
Oh, AC 13. Oh, okay. Let's see here. We're gonna do. I mean, that's pretty good, but it's my one attack, so let's see if I can get a little bit higher. 15, 16, 17, or 14, 15, 16, or 17. 17 or 17. So I'll go with the 17 plus another 6. So that's 23
okay.
points of damage.
I'm assuming. Did I go back up to?
You were back at full. Yeah.
Now you said what 20?
23.
I don't know. We decided that this didn't work last time.
Slash them. Noticing
Did we? Because Clef seems pretty fine right about now.
False life.
Are you gonna take another step?
I will swing again if it comes around to me. Are you standing there?
You do anything?
I'm not gonna do anything. I was like, I can't.
Absolutely.
I was like, I can't cast spells, or else we're all gonna not get out of here.
Yeah, another. That's a 22.
I die. Oh no, I'm down.
That was one. So 19 plus 6 is 25 points of damage.
I'm down.
What's the 2d6 again?
Frenzy.
Frenzy. That's what I thought. Yeah. So that's good. He collapses. Absolutely. You just slice him in half. You're not down. He cuts you in half.
Right. I'm dead.
You were standing in the forest.
So, Tarquin's still dead.
There's no blood on the ground. There's no anything like that. But your axe is in your hand, and it is covered in blood. You're splattered a little bit with blood. You're noticing Clef is
Still covered.
in blood as well. Because I also still understand him.
And he says,
He keeps saying, well, why are you guys doing this? What's going on?
It seems like from what I understand, if I cast these spells, wild magic start going off and no one's going to be able to cast anything. So I can't cast these spells without things going awry.
And you also can't die. Because if we die, we're just dead. But if you die, everything starts over.
"So what is this place, Tarquin?"
What is this wild magic trap you put us in?
I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Or at least I don't think it was. Starts having an existential
You seem to have
crisis.
no control or understanding at all of what you're doing. That's why I don't want to run with a fucking wild magic sorcerer. Told you. It's bastardization of magic. I think we should try stabbing him again. It seemed to work out really well.
"As much fun as it was. Sorry, Tarquin." "Any other bright ideas, then? From any of you?"
Nice. I was just double checking, but yeah, no, that's nice too because you don't even get the exhaustion for any of it. You just get to just do the damage. My monsters.
Yeah.
He's gonna do this is 25 damage on the first attack per round.
I don't have any more ideas. I thought taking me out would solve it, but it just resets everything. We're in some sort of loop. Poison it. Like, if we go towards the trees, we get paralyzed.
He's like, I didn't even I just touched it. I mean, I got kind of thrust into him, but yeah.
I'm gonna try and use a torch and see if it'll burn the brambles. Just toss it.
Throw a torch off. Seems like it starts to burn for a minute. You see some like smoke kind of go through. And it just kind of
And it just
fades off. Doesn't seem like spread.
whatever magics are keeping us here is healing the forest around us. It seems.
You can still see that burn patch. Doesn't seem to be healing it. It just seems like it's very, very lively wood and it doesn't really want to burn. It's like living vines covered in like this kind of poisonous stuff. You start to notice like that poison does start to like kind of pop and bubble and it's like dripping on it. It seems like put out a little bit of torch fire.
Throw a
Torch
vial
lights.
of oil at it and try and line it up.
Throw a vial of oil, kind of go through. You get a little bit of a burn going. It doesn't seem to want to spread very well. The oil's burning, and you can tell the wood and brambles below are starting to burn, and that kind of like poison is starting to drip from everything boiling, and it's kind of bubbling out of it, but it's not. The fire doesn't want to spread. It's very, very wet, rainforest type material.
Whatever's put us here has given us a lot of time to sit and stare at each other.
Very true. At least you guys fun to look at, I guess.
You were never the last one standing.
That is true. Do you need me to stab you guys now?
I'd love to see you try.
Just tightens the grip on his axe.
Yeah, I guess it was the fireball and killed Saul at the same time. And literally, this entire thing just like fucking was one
Blasted
giant
with flame.
fireball. And it was the next spell cast that deals damage over the
Is
next minute is
maximized.
maximized. So that was good.
Does anyone else have any spells that they could use?
Is there anything unseen amongst us?
Yeah. I'm definitely doing invisible. Not able to do that. Clef's like blade ward. Almost like let's see, Clef will start ritually casting something. Yes, there's something unseen amongst us.
And that is...
And you watch something like pieces of your equipment just start like coming off.
I'll take a swing at it. Reckless, but it's invisible.
Yes.
AC 15. Yep. It's higher than that, but why not? Oh, I did, technically. 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. You go through, and all your stuff that like was like getting taken off just like drops to the ground. He goes, "There's no longer something unseen amongst us."
We're still here!
Unseen servant doesn't seem to do anything. Just that kind of. You asked for more spells. You asked if there's any.
Got about
unseen. I have 2 birds,
1
1 stone.
HP and
AC 10, 1 HP. Yeah.
yeah.
But it was there.
It was there.
And I had another spell, and there was something unseen. Answered both your questions.
Yeah.
One spell. Didn't even use up any spell slots.
Killing me resets the room.
It has so far. Might not this time. I don't know. I'm at a loss.
I'm also at a loss.
It's
Is there
definitely
is there any way to decipher what kind of magic this is besides a wild magic?
Seems to be arcane.
They'll not cast detect magic. It's like it is arcane magic, yes. It's wild magic. It's like there's light wild magic throughout this whole area, and it seems to be like there's little bits of it trickling into you. Specifically, it seems to almost be going onto your horns, like when you do your little sorcerer's thing. Remember when the little things were coming off you, going to the wild magic area? It's kind of like that, but it's going little bits of magic is going off, and it's not a type of magic. Usually you can tell, but yours is flickering and chaotic. It's definitely wild magic.
Is it going to a specific place or just everywhere?
The entire area. There's little trickles going off towards the forest. Like the whole thing is being fed by it.
Feeding off of my magics? So am I what's keeping the forest from being able to be destroyed?
Possibly.
Someone knock me out.
With pleasure. Run over. Take the flat side of the axe. Oh, off to 20. Definitely.
Runs over him as well. Pommel. And he does the thing, he's like pommel, elbow.
So 20 points of bludgeoning.
14 points of bludgeoning.
I'd be knocked out.
Collapses to the ground.
Unconscious or dead?
Unconscious. You guys are all standing in a forest.
Oh.
So apparently unconscious and dead is the same thing here.
Is there any other place that you know of that is like that?
No. But I don't know what this is. Is this a wild... Are we trapped inside of a wild magic surge?
That is what it feels like.
That's what it seems like, at the very least. Something's feeding off of me.
Yeah, I still have detect magic up. I can't understand him anymore. But I can see all this.
Does our Jello friend seem to have any ideas?
It seems like he's worried about us killing
We
each
can
other.
understand what he says, but we can't talk to him. Unfortunately. That's not a spell I have.
I'm curious to see what you can do. And just like kind of stomps up towards him. Just mean mugging him.
Like a glowing energy floats up above him. Just like steps away. He says his energy around him.
Where are we? You're the only new thing here.
Plus, like, I cast Blade Ward. Hold on. Starts ritually casting. Cast the spell again. It seems to kind of like move along. He's saying, keep him away from me. All he cares about is murdering. He keeps saying that over. He murders everything.
Does it have an answer for why we're here?
We don't have a way to ask him that.
We do! What is this place? Is it that thick it can't understand body language either?
He says, is he not satisfied? Does he want more death? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Don't let him kill me. What's happening?
I don't know, it sounds pretty suspect. Should I kill it?
I mean, we've already killed it once. It was one of the first ones to die the first time.
That is true.
That was my bad. Still blaming you.
What happens when you go up and touch the vines?
I get poisoned and paralyzed.
You got paralyzed before.
Because I smacked it with my walking stick.
And
You
it
went to
reset
Prince.
us then?
No,
Got
that was right
He
before
was
the
paralyzed,
fireball.
but he was conscious. And then the things kept pulsing and then fireballed you guys.
So it will also paralyze.
Do you want me to jump into the forest? Jump into the forest?
It's not
Merciful leaps.
Mirthful leap.
Just stuck paralyzed. You actually do that? Run and jump in? Okay. He jumps in and he's kind of stuck there paralyzed.
I'm gonna go up and hit him with my axe.
Damn it, Darkwood!
You go up and you hit him with your axe, and you guys are standing in a forest, surrounded in the forest.
But see, killing me is not the answer.
You being paralyzed, I don't think is the answer either.
I'd much rather hear you talk. I figured, well, hopefully it'll bring him back.
You could be paralyzed, but you can't go unconscious. You can't die.
Can I go to sleep?
Is
that
going to
count
sleep
as being
is going to be
unconscious?
unconscious. And I've seen you, it takes you up to 30, 45 minutes to actually fall asleep. I mean, if we want to sit around for 30, 45 minutes, we can try, but I'm willing to bet that I'll be resetting this as well.
What else are we gonna do? We need bright ideas.
I have no clue. Actually, I know everything that has to be done,
That's the problem. We only have two of us that are willing to just figure this out.
their information, though.
I mean, I can't cast two spells because that's just gonna cause things to go awry for everybody.
That starts the wild magic.
I was like, unless that is what we need to do to cause it to break.
Maybe a certain point of wild magic will take us elsewhere.
But even when we were teleporting, we've teleported out of here to the astral plane, astral sea,
And ended up back
and
here.
then ended up back here.
That is true.
Do we try and glean anything about these brambles? If there's anything that the forest might want? I don't know.
Give me nature.
Try nature.
These brambles want to kill anything that touches them.
Fair.
That's pretty much what you get. Is these are meant to protect. They're definitely defensive in nature.
What if we all just gave ourselves up to the brambles?
And all end up paralyzed.
Perfect. We're all paralyzed.
I worry that then we would just sit here paralyzed until we passed out. We can try it. You have to get potion to do it. He doesn't understand anything we say. And I'm willing to bet he's not just going to paralyze himself.
And we're not going to be able to grab his ass either because it's just a fucking pool of goo.
Tell Potion to stay here.
Everybody starts running after. First one to catch Potion.
It's getting his blood.
He just falls into a puddle.
Trying to
Like,
wrestle
goddamn it.
Play-Doh.
Well, tell Potion if he doesn't want to paralyze himself, the rest of us are going to, but then he has to try to kill
That's
me.
the problem.
You can't tell him
You
anything.
can't tell him anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak any of our languages.
Well, that's
Oh, God damn it.
no,
We've
that's
come
the
to
funny
terms
part.
that it seems like he's speaking Celestial. We can comprehend Celestial. None of us can speak Celestial. So,
Do you think we can convince him that he needs to stab me if we all get paralyzed?
I don't think we can convince him to do anything. Plus, I don't see how he's going to stab anybody. He has no weapons on him. This is this blob of goo. No equipment whatsoever on him.
Just a blob of goo.
And everything seems pointless. Throw me.
Did you like take them off first? At which point, how do you throw them? What do you use to throw them?
His wiener.
Guess I'm.
Is there anything we haven't done?
I've mentioned a couple of options, but nobody liked them.
We can try. If you want to try to get poison.
Well, he also mentioned leaving
Look,
me the.
you're
me
really
last-
good at shooting down ideas, but I want to hear something brilliant out of your mind.
No,
not
I'm-
a bunch of no's.
I'm not saying your idea was bad. I just don't know how you're going to wrestle that guy into the point or into the wall.
I'm gonna try and go grab potion.
Ah!
I will rage and I will try and go grab potion.
Chasing him
fast.
around, you chasing him around. Wants to escape a grapple, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Give me a grapple.
All right.
So
Raging.
roll to hit.
It's an unarmed strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, same idea. 17.
17. That's a hit because I have nothing. Unarmed strike, grapple.
Pose check.
I get a strength or dexterity saving throw, which I choose. I'm going to choose doesn't matter. So 9, and that's the DC is 8 plus your strength modifier bonus, which is more than 1.
Yep.
So 9, I'm going to fail. So you grab me, at which point I'm going to try to escape. If you want to try to.
Yeah, no, I'll hold you. Oh, as I roll low. 12.
You actually keep a hold of him.
I
He's just like going through.
Start
He's like
kicking
going
him
through the
over the
wall. He's kind of like juggling this like globs, and he's throwing him into the wall. And you watch it just kind of goes through and just kind of lops onto the ground and it's not moving. It's just completely just like a puddle, like just
It's
like
not like
oozing.
disintegrating, right?
No, it just like oozes through. You see this kind of like that black venom type stuff in the veins, just kind of like courses throughout it a little bit. But it is definitely
Paralyzed.
very jelly, very paralyzed.
Anyone else need a little bit of help?
So we're all paralyzing ourselves? Oh, mighty forest, I offer you myself. It just kind of collapses in. And he does a rabbit hop. And he goes over and he just kind of like leans back. You take all their stuff and leave.
Somehow, this is what you needed to do to leave. Everyone else is poisoned.
Everybody else is paralyzed. So
Definitely kind of looking around. I'll go sit next to the wall next to Tarquin.
You actually like?
Yeah.
You do paralyze
I
yourself.
will
So you
go
go in. You said next to the wall.
Yep.
Yep. Just
right next
you
to
get
Tarquin.
paralyzed. You're all just kind of dangling there.
Alright, so what do we want to do for the next?
Hour passes. 2 hours pass. Feels like 3, 4 hours pass. You start getting exhausted. Sitting here, and eventually you watch him like Tarquin kind of closes his eyes at about 7 hours. And you guys are standing in a forest, surrounded by brambles. Potion immediately runs over. You watch him recast Sanctuary on himself.
Well,
So that didn't work. you think it's because you weren't raging?
No, I was raging.
Were you raging while you?
I was
Okay.
raging.
Well, maybe that was it. Maybe you had the rage through the browse. Or the whole time?
No, not the whole time.
the first 10 minutes.
You want ideas. That's an idea.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, that one is physically impossible. Otherwise, I would.
I am always angry, but I'm not always raging.
Exactly, it's a fine line. It really is.
Recast comprehend languages. Recast detect magic.
How do you say "my bad" in sign language?
I don't know common sign language.
I give him the finger gun.
I just don't know what it is you guys are doing. What is the point of all this? How do you keep resetting everything?
Clef, what was the last thing you saw on your watch?
We were just watching. And I was just sitting there. Oh, you guys were sleeping. That's it.
That was it. That was the last thing you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Was just nothing.
We were just doing watch, and then we were in the forest.
Get him!
I've already died. It didn't help anything.
You're pretty quick to say you don't want to die again.
Still covered in blood. I don't want to get hit by you.
Valnok, you have
Yes,
detect.
Lord. Pulls out his dagger. But I don't think you could actually do anything to me. And give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Valnok, you still have detect magic up.
Wisdom save of 19.
19, you do save. You feel that Clef tries to hit you with some vicious mockery.
Really? Rage. Going on him?
Cool.
Reckless. A great axe. Absolutely.
What'd you hit?
Fucking 24.
Oh, yeah. He's only a 19 with that. The blade ward is helpful, but not that helpful.
Silvery barbs.
Doing the silvery barbs?
Yeah.
Oh, you casted a fucking
Oh,
spell!
give me the...
Does it actually go off, or does it just do a wild magic surge?
It's gonna just do the wild
Just
magic
the
surge,
surge?
but I have silvery barbs as well.
20. 20.
20. 20. Whenever you speak, you must shout.
But he will.
Well, I have silvery barbs as well, which he tries to cast, but
Another thing happens.
instead, 4. I can take 1 extra action this turn.
Nice.
Roll the damage.
Alright. Either or 16 or 15. So 16 plus 6 is 22 points of damage.
He collapses. He just falls.
22 points of damage puts him on the ground, huh?
Oh, well, no. He wouldn't fall. I don't have their hit points drawn, but he would have. He would have more.
He
That's
does
better than
what
mine.
he
He has like 2 hit points left, I'm going to say. We're going to say 17 damage. So
Stop
he has about 2.
attacking each other. It's not doing anything.
He's up. He can take an extra action this turn.
But I feel so good!
I
He's
start
going
raging.
To,
Might as fucking well, right?
as part of his bonus action, he's going to go Chill Touch, which does this 37. He turns into a potted plant until the end of his next turn. So he turns into a plant.
Excellent.
You're up.
I'm gonna attack the fucking plant.
And whatever excess damage is going to drop him.
Yeah.
So.
And he just turns back to himself.
Oh no, it doesn't say the damage carries over. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and you reform. So, you attack him and he goes back to his normal form. Alright, fine.
I'm raging, by the way.
Yep. God.
Yeah. Oh wait, you went reckless. So that's a hit.
Yeah, I'm an AC 14. Without my shield.
So 7 points of damage from his bonus attack, and he's going to dagger you
3.
4. 7.
3.
You're up.
He's raging.
You're doing your sorceress rage?
Right.
Give me percentile. You watch the entire area around here starts to go up as well.
Does that's 90, which is the thunderbolt. I believe.
Yeah. So 3 creatures. Technically, it's 3 creatures of your choice.
I'll just do the 3 closest. The Magus and these 2.
Cool. Lightning bolt hits. You guys all collapse dead. Blade Ward wasn't as helpful as I was hoping it would be. We gotta work on that. Leans down, sticks a dagger in you.
92.
Again?
Yes, another one. Zap, zap. Dead. Dead. They're all dead. That's 2. Give me another one.
54.
I can take 1 extra action. If you do anything.
Yell out into the universe. What's going on?
Again.
62.
For the next minute, any flammable non-magic item you touch that isn't being worn or carried bursts in the flames. Not gonna touch anything, probably. Next. Oh, hold on. I also got my stuff's going on too. Check for shields. Extra action. Hey, there we go. And what do I get? Hey, that's a fireball.
You guys wake up in the forest.
It's not maximized.
We'll see.
So that's 10, 20, 30,
Yeah, I'm done.
5. You guys come to in a forest, surrounded by vines. Clef looks at you and goes, "I told you."
Cicatrix looks over at Tarquin and says,
Give me a perception.
Why?
No, give me a perception.
Perception. 12.
It was a lightning bolt. You don't even know. You just died. Like, because I could even use my magic with that. But anyways, that wasn't the cure. I believe you killed all of us that time, so you're the last one standing.
Right.
So that wasn't it. Just keep checking off boxes.
I feel so useless.
Sanctuary. If you feel useless, it's only because you have been so far.
What's that?
I said I feel useless.
Clef says if you feel useless, it's only because you have been so far. I mean, at least you can
Is
turn
this
on the
vicious
forest.
smile? You should just try to make a wisdom check.
You can turn you can turn on the forest, but I guess we can't.
Then
do that, so
everyone
you're doing
dies.
something.
Wake up!
We haven't tried to be paralyzed while the force was on. I don't think that's
do you want me to rage?
That was such-
I was paralyzed when the forest was on.
Yeah, but we weren't all paralyzed in the area. Barry, he was paralyzed.
I don't think unless we want to force Pouchy into the forest again.
I don't have much experience wrestling, but it was fun.
You know those little like tubes, and it's just like Jello inside a tube, and when you got it, it's just like it was kind of like that. You're just kind of like going like, and you just kind of flung it into them.
Talk about a horrible nightmare for this poor creature. It's just like, please stop.
No other ideas. Apparently we can't even wait for you to sleep. We're stuck here.
I'm gonna.
This forest definitely seems to react to you. Even now, while you're doing nothing, it seems to go through. When I was detecting magic earlier, when you did that, there was a pulse through this entire thing when you cast silvery barbs. You casting magic activated this area. Then that pulse went off when he tried to cast silvery barbs, and when he tried to cast chill touch. And so you chain reaction whatever happens here.
There's quite literally only so much I can do.
I think you need to chop down the forest.
I've tried that already.
If you tie like a rope to your axe.
Worth a shot.
And I will.
Now that he's distracted.
Is there still a burn mark at all?
There's no burn mark, and your
Forces back
oil.
to
Your
me.
oil's in your pouch.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Your-
definitely.
You have your hand axe that you threw before.
Yeah, tie a rope and just fucking chuck the axe as many times as I fucking can. Keep it nice and
All right.
distracted.
And then just breaking up the brambles.
Us three magic users. What are we gonna do?
Let the adults.
No,
I may be magic user. I don't know yet.
Definitely angry. Raging.
You've mentioned
This whole place is everything you do is feeding this place. Whatever it is, your wild magic seems to be what's happening here.
and when I guess you wouldn't know when I started surging with magic. I just am curious on if I'm like pulsating with it, like if it's like going like a certain direction, or if it's because you said it's feeding off of me, or if it's just feeding the entire. Like, is there? Because when we were in the temple, it seemed like I think you had also noticed that it was feeding off of
When
me.
you did your thing, when you were in your innate sorcery, that crackling energy about you was siphoning off and going into that. It's not quite the same as that, but it's similar. This entire forest seems to be being fed by your innate sorcery. It's not active right now, but whenever you activate innate sorcery, or when the forest seems to kind of start doing its own thing as well, you activate that innate sorcery in the forest. It seems like whenever you're casting spells, you cause wild magic to fill the area, which starts causing bursts to go. That's what I've deduced.
So do you think that, because I don't think I've tried to get through the forest while I was searching. Have I tried to do that yet?
I don't. No, you had your sorcerer's burst on when you got thrown into the and were paralyzed the first time. Or not your sorcerer's burst, your innate sorcery. You getting there?
Anything happening to the brambles?
You're just like pulling it. It's like breaking, but you can't really see beyond it. And it's just like you like pull and you manage to like break like a vine. A couple vines are going through, and it's just like just a tangle of vines, like as far as you can kind of see out. Now you're starting to realize like some of that blur is just the darkness between the vines. Every time.
Nothing yet.
Just keep trying.
You're almost there. I'm proud of you.
Don't patronize me.
You use the money.
Can't. I don't know. I can't think of anything that we haven't already tried.
Yeah, I mean you gotta be it, man. I don't know what else there is.
It's like I can't cast any spells. If I rage, stuff keeps on happening. It's like unless I need to cause this place, or somehow my magic needs to be taken away, so it stops siphoning off. But every time I die, it
all
just
resets.
resets. So
So I don't know how we take your magic away. You have anything else? There's got to be something we're overlooking.
I don't know. I take out my wand, and I'm like, and I have that crystal that's on it. That's supposed to be like helping with all of this. Is the crystal like reacting anyway to anything that's going on, magic wise?
It just seems to be there, just crystal-like. It's very crystalline, attached to your wand. It's kind of existing in its natural state. It is magic. It is glowing magic. Looks like there might be a slight trickle of magic from it into you, but that might be. Are you attuned to it?
I am.
So it could be the attunement. I don't know. It's nothing significant.
You rolling dice with it?
I'm trying to persuade the area.
So let us go.
To let us go. I rolled a 19.
Roll natural 1. I'm unconcerned with you.
Everybody relatively acting like their normal selves.
Yeah. Other than the potion, who is not
randomly
just
fucking there.
being in a
Don't belong.
container. Instead, it's like here as like a sentient being.
Mm.
Everybody else seems to be acting completely normal.
What is the one thing that you have not tried yet, Tarquin?
How's your crystal help you?
It's supposed to. I use it as focus to cast spells. It's supposed to help me, like, kind of control the wild magic surges. If I'm using, it's like I have this ability to kind of make my spells, like cast like
Meta magic.
Yeah.
Yes. Met sorcerers before. Read about it. So what's it do with your meta magic?
I can make my spells stronger. I can cast spells further, but I can't cast anything here.
What's your crystal do though with your meta magic?
It allows me to control the wild magic surges for.
Have you tried that? Have you used the crystal while in here?
I mean, I've been trying to cast spells, which uses the crystal, but not.
Well, can't you use the crystal to force the wild magic surge? Isn't that what it does? Right. When you use a magic option on a spell while you're holding and wearing the shard, you can roll on the wild surge table, like you get a free wild surge.
I mean, I can't.
Have you tried to meta magic anything?
No. I'm gonna cast spell, use meta magic.
Clef's like pointing at Cicatrix is over there like
Sitting there throwing the fucking axe at the lines.
I'm just gonna attack the forest, or try to throw something at the forest.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'll sorcerer's burst, but we'll do it. I'll like try to. Well, maybe I'll just aim at the sky. I'll aim at the sky and try in like sorcerer's burst and just see how far I'll go.
You need a target.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, the forest. Oh, fine. I'll attack Cicatrix.
All right, cool. Okay. With sorcerer's burst.
With sorcerer's burst, using a meta magic. Here, I'm gonna go all the way over here.
Power that son of a bitch.
And I'll empower it.
Fucking light me up.
Empower it. Roll to attack.
19 to hit.
19's a hit.
It's gonna be. I get to choose fire damage for 3 damage, or I think I empower. I can just re-roll it, right? Up to 3 dice. 4 damage.
4 damage. So a burst of fire, the first time you've seen your spell actually go off, goes through. And what do you want to do with this forest?
What do I want to do with the forest?
What do you want to do?
Burn it all away?
You watch as the forest all ignites in flames. It just starts to burn away. Smoke starts to fill in. You're kind of choking, coughing, struggling to breathe. After a moment, you all pass out from the smoke.
And then you wake up and there's a forest.
Were there any more snacks left over? Or did
There's some chips over there. There's some candy under here.
And some Butterfingers.
And there's
You're good.
there's more chips in more chips in the room. There's like the popcorn chips and all that stuff too
Gotcha.
in the bar. Got a plate. I'm good. I'm fine.
You're okay? Are you sure?
I'm positive. Absolutely positive.
Just dying here. I completely spaced. I was gonna bring some dinner with me. I just didn't.
Okay.
Would you like piece of candy? Would you like a Reese's tree or some Butterfinger?
Yeah, I'd do some Butterfingers with this.
Almond chips?
Really not a whole lot in here left. Is that right if I kill him?
I'll take a Reese's tree. If there is some.
Are
Take one of those.
Reese's treats.
The smoke seems to like kind of fill the area, and you guys like you're going through and you're having a hard time breathing, and it kind of goes through. You kind of collapse to the ground, and then suddenly like the smoke. You don't smell the smoke anymore, but the air is kind of stagnant, weirdly like crisp and humid. You look around and there's glass are all around you. You're seeing these big glass panes. You reach out to touch the glass, but you don't really have form. You seem to like, your body seems almost gelatinous. And you kind of push up against this, you move, and you realize like all of you are all kind of like puddled together in this little glass container.
Can we see outside of it?
It's hard to see outside of it. You're noticing there's a large orb outside of it. Just like an orb of energy outside of it. Inside that is just pure darkness. It's like glass and there's this like darkness. The interior of this is just barely lit. It's like cracks of light coming in, but you can't really see from what.
Do we have any equipment on us?
You kind of reach for your axe instinctively. You kind of pull, and just this slime kind of goes over, and you kind of sludge down, and you're just kind of going through. You're all just kind of blobbed together. And there's just this energy outside of you.
Can we talk at all?
Can you understand me?
You hear like a.
I shake my head, yes.
You don't understand anything it says.
The rage is a blob.
And you see some of this like puddle starts to like bubble. Kind of goes. So you can you get the feeling like it's like it almost feels like that pot commercial where the girls just melted in the couch. Like it's kind of that, but you're all kind of melting together.
It's hot.
And then he starts like bubbling.
I also rage.
You go into your arcane sorcery. You go through. What do we got? That's fine. Let me say, this works well. You notice that another thing of energy comes up next to this one. And you see this energy kind of lights up red. There's a flash. And it seems that energy diminishes. It's smaller. And this one flashes and it gets a little bit smaller. They flash back and forth. And goes through. And you can see in the center potion kind of like reaches and touches the edge of the glass. And this just light flashes and gets bigger. And then this one falls down and there's just a little like tiny spark, and you watch and he touches the glass and that spark that's like seems to be like flickering and fading just stabilizes. It's just a little dot of energy. And then you see this creature or this energy force seems to kind of flare up just a little bit more, and you see this one starts flickering again, tries to stop it again, and it stabilizes. And then you start seeing just kind of flickering energy, and this snuffs out. And you feel this intense pain fill the entire area. You notice symbols on the inside of this glass seem to light up, and just this racking energy comes through you. You all melt down completely, unable to hold form at all, and then slowly start to kind of reform shape.
We can't talk to her, we're understood, so.
You watch. Clap starts to cast a spell. Bubbling. Velnock starts to cast a spell again. Or cast another spell as well. You watch both of them are kind of going through, and you see that same kind of glowing energy around them they get when they have comprehend languages on.
Let's try and ask what's happening.
Velnox. And he's like kind of tracing like these little like, now you can just barely see these like engraved runes in the inside of the glass.
Bump into you.
You die.
I try to cast Gust to push myself out of this.
You can cast Gust. Like push, you know, like you kind of, and like it goes up, but the glass seems to incompletely wrap around you. There's like little areas you can kind of like reach into, but you can't seem to like, you seem to like reach an extent. Like you can kind of reach out, and a few little holes that you find when you're going a little bit higher, but you can't seem to like fully go outside of it. So you're kind of hanging up on the edge with your arm outside of the edge. You feel like you might be able to like try to maybe squeeze your body out of that if you just kind of like completely go
try and
more
push him.
liquid. And kind of like pushing them up.
I'll try.
You get this racking, intense pain goes through your body. Your whole body goes completely gelatinous. You don't have control of yourself anymore. As soon as you try to do that and you flop down to the middle, he just like melts around you. Literally like completely goes around you. You're holding him up and it's like, and then like a hole, and then he just kind of forms up next to you. Settle him down. You're not going to get out that way. The sigils don't allow that.
Hello?
You know where that came from?
It sounded like Potion said it right in the center. It's this bubbly noise.
Do we all understand that?
You understood it?
Kill him now! What have you done with potion?
He looks a lot more like the sludge that's inside of this. Like he's not really like maintaining that same form he did before. Looks more like, but it's just like, but it's like multiple pools together. Like if you pour multiple slimes into the same container and they just they're going to be different,
Just
but they're still like
each other.
against each other.
What do you mean? I can't speak to him though.
I don't understand what it is you are trying to say. But you seem to react to my words. That's rare. No one ever seems to listen to what I have to say. Just with whatever energy you have, make sure you don't let any energies cease to be. If so, you are punished. And you'll watch another kind of energy seems to come up. There's some flashes back and forth. He's kind of holding it. You watch he kind of reaches out the side and goes through, and you can see kind of like when he reaches out the side, you see like there's like this like little like motes. Kind of grabs a hold of one of them and then reaches through, and you watch the light inside of this grows as opposed to him transferring light into it. It seems the light from within it grows. You can see there's still a couple like potential like motes inside of it, but the ones outside of this seem to kind of like fade a little bit, like you can't use one of those again in this way. So they flash back and forth. This one shrinks down. Eventually this one collapses into just a crinkling thing. He's like, this is the point, and he's trying, and you watch, stabilize, do not die, and he keeps recasting a spell. But eventually it fades out. When that fades out, again, that racking energy comes through, and you just feel intense pain. Your whole body, you're incapable of moving or speaking. It's much worse than just like being like shocked or paralyzed, but you just like drop down and your whole body goes gelatinous on the inside.
Can I make any shapes out of my body? Try and lift myself up.
Yeah, you can kind of form a little bit.
Try and form like a point at the end of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like whip it, pretend like I'm casting a spell at the glass. Bump into you. Kind of do the same thing.
I'll help him. I will also do it. I'm like,
I don't see any arcane energy coming from you. I don't think that you're doing the spell correctly. It's different in this form. They cast their spells just fine, though. I know they can understand me. I feel like you all can too. The problem is nothing outside of this area can understand me. I know it can hear me, but it can't understand me.
I try to Sorcerer's Burst.
Okay, Sorcerer's Burst. What are you going to target?
Me, baby, me. I'm right next to you.
Sure.
Cast Sorcerer's Burst on him. It goes off, give me damage. Or roll a hit, I guess.
Roll hit. Does a 23 hit?
No.
You don't have an armor shield currently.
Yeah, no.
I gotta choose the damage again. Oh, it's 8. plus 7, so 15 damage.
If you were just randomly choosing at the beginning, not rolling randomly, that would have been 8 and 8. So
Right.
16 plus the 7.
Right.
Like, that would have been freaking 23 points of damage. Brutal.
So 15.
15 points of fire damage because I gotta choose.
Burns you for fire damage. What are you doing? You start feeling like kind of like that. Or as soon as you do that, you start feeling that racking energy going through. And you take... $10, $20, $29 points of necrotic damage.
That's exactly my.
Your hit points?
Yep.
You die. You watch it starts to like melt away. It's against, and you see like some of the runes are just like glowing red. You get punished for not keeping the force alive. If you damage the force, the punishment is far more severe.
Potions has that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead.
He's looking to like, the gray, like fading, like necrotic ooze that just seems to kind of melt through. Potion kind of touches at his like, it's beyond my capabilities. Suddenly the whole thing, when you all kind of fall through, the air starts to kind of have this like putrid sort of smell as there's now rotting gelatinous corpse in here with you. It's just burned away with necrotic energy.
I'm gonna try and climb out.
Give me athletics with disadvantage.
If I'm angry, can I do a flat roll?
Oh yeah, you're bubbling, you're boiling. Flat roll.
It's a 25.
Yeah, you can start climbing out and like kind of get. There's little like holes where you can kind of reach out and you go through. You climb towards the top. There's definitely like a sealed ring around the top of this. You're kind of pushing on it. Can't seem to kind of get out. There are like holes. You can try to like gelatinous out.
Try it.
You can try to gelatinous out. The runes kind of go through and your whole body kind of again just melts down and you fall to the bottom. You're better at climbing than I am, but believe me, I spent many a year trying to escape.
Cicatrix is just gonna sign to him as much as he can.
Over and over. Circle. You understand me, yes? Mouth. Talk. Repeat. Repeated. I'm repeating. I can understand kind of what you're saying, but not fully.
He points, potion, shrugs.
I don't know. Or you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Protect the life force.
Points a potion.
I do know what to do.
Shrugs.
Oh, I need to figure out what to do.
Nods.
I'm telling you what I know. You watch as another life force seems to kind of come up. It's happening again.
I'm gonna try and reach out at it if I can.
You try to like reach out at this one or that one?
I'm gonna try and do what Potion's been doing and try and reach at this one and then try and reach at that one.
You as soon as you get out, you're going through. He's going through and he's trying to keep the energy into it, and you watch he's like mustering up energy from within him and putting it into it. Kind of trying to do that. As you kind of barely get outside, you hear, "You will die," and it's kind of like going like he's like going through, and he's trying to stabilize it. But you're hearing like a voice that you understand it. You will die. Stop. Why won't you die? Do you do anything?
That sounds like a familiar voice. Yeah, I'm gonna try and reach out, try and see if I can help keep the energy.
You kind of when you're like touching, you're not feeling that energy, but you're feeling just a little bit of a connection. Like you're feeling a connection to this energy, but you don't necessarily feel like you have no energy to infuse into it.
Right.
But you do feel like you make a connection with this creature outside. But for a split second, is there anything you want to do?
Things just stop. Just stop. Ends the rage. Just stop.
You end your rage?
Mhm.
When you end your rage, you notice that this life force outside there kind of stops. It's like, why is my rage gone? No matter. And he starts trying to slash at the thing again, and you see potions going through and just barely keeping him stable.
Just as heavily as Cicatrix can, just imagining when he was little, just laying after like
Laying pipe.
long almost like fitness training workout stuff, just remembering a day of just laying in the sun just on a rock and just relaxed out of exhaustion, just laying, just to kind of focus on that, and he just sits still.
You see this energy force kind of stays there. It's not flickering anymore. What magic is this? What are you doing to me? I don't know what you are doing to him, but it seems to work better than what I've done. Kind of reaches out, and you see he kind of goes through, and you see this like swirling energy seeming to swirl about him. And he goes, "You should be more insightful now. If you're going to do something, now's the time." He casts guidance insight.
Try and figure out what's going on.
And he goes, "Do you know what it's saying? I can't understand him."
Cicatrix will nod, move his body.
Well, maybe you can communicate with him better than I can.
Try to speak in Leonin.
Yeah? What do you say?
You're fighting the wrong fight. Stop. Listen. Think. Learn something.
I cannot leave until this foe is dead. Is this foe dead? He looks like he still bleeds.
He's dead to you. Let it go.
I am not a fool, and I am not a coward. I will kill him.
You have bigger foes. This is nothing to you. You have proven your honor. Let it go.
Give me a persuasion. And give me a insight. Insight with a d4.
Let's see here, can I? Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
I want that same conversation, but now in Leonin.
Right. Persuasion. Persuasion's a 4,
4.
because I'm not very charismatic.
Insight with a d4.
Insight with a D4. That's a 14 insight.
This better not come back to bite me. I usually don't wrestle with my own conscience. And you see he starts to walk by. And as it goes through, you watch he just goes. And he has these like, he kind of pulls this little mote of energy and he like flings it out. And it kind of sparks up, and this life force seems to grow a little bit bigger. He goes, "Oh, no pain. No pain." And everything seems to fade into blackness around you. You see a pinpoint of light off in the distance. You see a second pinpoint of light off in the distance. There are campfires. No. They're perimeter fires. There's warning fires. It is the northern perimeter of the Pride Rock settlement. You were kind of, well, it's close. You were kind of probably like that more so as it came through. You see, there are buildings around you. I'm not going to draw them in. They're not, like, they're going to move quite a bit. Or you're going to move quite a bit. Let's get some huts going. That's a hut. And whatever. Here, let me just grab a couple of these. I'm going to split them up and call them a couple little huts. There's a few huts around you guys. You hear people inside the huts speaking, kind of a gruff voice. You recognize that it's Leonin, but you all seem to understand what's going on out there. What's happening? Well, there's signal fires. There's something happening. As suddenly these creatures seem to kind of run out at you. You're recognizing these were creatures, shifters of sorts, seem to kind of come running out to get you. A couple towards the side. And what do you do? They all kind of run at you. You guys are all right there. We can kind of go through, we'll just go through initiative, same way we were. So Tarquin, you were up.
Do they have like weapons drawn or anything like that?
Yeah, you're seeing these like super primitive looking creatures. Some of them look more like wolf, and some of them look more bear-like. Some of them just have like this like thick hide. Some of them have like big claws, but they're coming out. So they have claws and fangs, or some of them have like swords and daggers and scimitars. A few of them have big hammers.
Since there's one right next to me, I will flame blade.
Flame blade. That's a bonus action, yeah.
And then I'll attack. Just gonna...
If you've marked off any sorcery point or any spell slots or anything like that from other
things that I've tried to...
areas, you have them all back.
Are we all still injured?
No, you guys are all full health right now. He's also not dead.
I mean,
I was gonna assume.
He's up in initiative.
We've all died multiple times in the past. Like,
it's very clear we don't know what the fuck is going on. So,
Melee spell attack.
so would it just be when
I've never used flame blade before.
yeah, so it's your spell attack to hit, and then you do whatever the flame blade's damage is, which is like
Which
what
3d6?
Some shit.
3d6. 13 to hit.
13. Just a hit. You just slash past the blade and he just deflects it with his sword.
Weak. You're weak.
Your mom.
Potion will cast Sanctuary on himself and step back. Cicatrix.
Draws his axe, slams it into the ground, and says, "Wait!" And try and do like intimidation/persuasion.
Oh, give me an intimidation. You can use strength if you want.
Yes, please.
16.
And someone, like, they kind of stop for a second.
We talk first.
You are not Leonin. You never talk.
I am now. Why are you here?
Because you kill our people, and you steal our stuff. You take our children and bring them back here.
Not me.
We saw Leonin do this. Velnok, Magus, and Clef are going to hold. End of the round. Comes through, 2 swords out. You watch both of these shifters drop. And then this one falls. And then in a flurry, spins. You watch these 2 fall as well. And you see a shifter who looks similar to Cicatrix, but a little bit different. He has a long sword in one hand. Or sorry, Leonin. He has a long sword in one hand, and he has a short sword flipped upside down in the other hand. And he goes, "Brother, do not let them take us!" As Axios is standing in front of you. What is this trick? Says the only one that he didn't just immediately kill.
Right.
Tarquin, you're up.
Cicatrix. Should I kill this last one? What's
No.
going on?
Brother, wait. Speak first.
The tongue is a dangerous weapon. It is a weakness. I expected better of you, brother.
Not be afraid of this, Axios. Be afraid of what you'll become.
I am a powerful warrior. Look at how many Johnsy I fall in one charge.
You are asleep in a coma right now. You are nothing.
I stand here stronger than you, brother. And you notice as like the campfire kind of goes behind, he's just casting this big shadow across there. He goes, "How fitting, my little brother. If you wish to flick tongues with enemies, you do so. And I will handle this myself." Tarquin, do you want to do anything?
I will hold. I will hold.
Cool. He comes over and starts trying. He watches us like doing things. Cicatrix, you were up.
You will listen to reason. Black man is not what he says he is.
Black man gives us the power to be Leonin. You don't speak against the pride.
You are a tool, and as soon as he is done using you, he will throw you from the rock.
And Cicatrix will lift up his axe and he's stuck into the ground.
I will prove it to you one way or another. I fight for you. I fight for our father.
Father, you sound more like him today than before. He speaks against us, but he is weak. He starts to go to move towards this one.
Oh, I'm gonna get between them and I'm gonna fucking swing.
Cool. So you swing past him? Absolutely. Swing your axe. Adam, roll to hit. Recklessly.
It'll be a flat side of the blade, but it's an AC 15.
As you swing, his weapons come together, catch yours. He goes, "You draw a weapon against me, brother." Then he like leans in. You have like the flat side of his blade, but he like is like looking past it, and he just pushes his face just slightly against the blade. You watch just a little thing goes. He steps back, and you see a little trickle of blood. He goes, "Is this really what you wanted, little cub?"
From it, brother. I want you to learn. I want you to be free.
I assume some sort of magic holds you.
I want you to live. I want our people to live. Not in fear and not for death.
I will deal with this. And he kind of steps back, pulls his weapons. The Jonesy steps up behind you and goes, "You don't have to fight for us. But I thank you." And as that goes through, everything kind of starts to fade off. I was expecting that one to last longer. Yeah, I could have drawn the huts. I wouldn't have to move them around.
Right.
You guys are going to be running around a little bit more.
Sure could have been pretty crazy.
You watch as all seems to kind of fade off, and the area around you seems to, again, the fires seem to go all dark as the ground seems to kind of become uneasy. It's like if the ground's moving just slightly, ever so slightly. All the campfires are still dying off into nothing, except for just one campfire, which suddenly seems to like kind of move off, and you realize it's a torch. It's a torch on the end of a long dock. You look down and you realize that you guys are on a boat. Kind of look to each other, and none of you seem to have any flesh, except for Velnock. All of you just seem to be like a skeletal form. Even Potion looks like kind of decrepit, like weird, sort of like bits of bone just kind of floating together. As you guys are, he's gone.
He's just like floating ectoplasm.
As you guys are in a boat, and you see Velnock is the only one who doesn't look this way. He looks up and goes, "I think this is the island." And unfortunately, we're going to stop there a little bit early today because I don't want to get into Velnock's part without Velnock here because it wouldn't really make as much sense. I was hoping that we would spend a little more time on the other ones, but you guys came to terms with your nightmares a little bit faster. The first one took some time.
First one took a fucking huge amount of time.
Figuring out that you had to understand that the control of wild magic is within you. And you quickly, not exactly the terms, but you quickly found that if you just try to fight them, you're gonna always live in your brother's shadow.
Yeah.
But instead you wanted peace, which is a new development.
It's a new thing for
Cicatrix. You also got to live a moment in the life of Potion, which is fun.
Which he's come to the understanding of a little bit.
Like, wait, if things die within my range, I get racked with pain? That's fun.
Yeah.
If I try to escape this thing, I get racked with pain. If I injure somebody, I can be killed. But, yeah. So we will end there. And we'll pick up next week as we continue on with Velnock, Magus, and Clef.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, we're only like 10 minutes early.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Well, I don't want to go into the next parts without them. Maybe it will make more sense with them there. And they're going to be the ones that have to figure it out.
But yeah.
But, yeah, you guys are kind of floating through this, or floating on this boat towards an island.
Does Velnock have a scar on his face?
No, he does not. Velnock does not have a scar on his face. You guys are all skeletons. I'm going to do the thing that doesn't have bones. So instead
It's
of
like
it
a
being-
ghost or
it's
something.
not even like a jello. It's just like little like pieces of like bones just kind of floating, kind of making that same shape that he would be. But yeah, so yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you guys for watching. We will catch you next week, and continue on through this dungeon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I would die. Nicholas, stab me. Stab me.
Kill me! Just kill me!
Do it now.
I want to